TikTok's live. TikTok's time. TikTok's live. Let's get the chat. Get that multi-guest. Over there. Chat there. OBS there. Boop, boop. There's the chat. And Discord. Where is live announcements? There it is. There we go. What's up, Cap? All right, everything is done. Killer Cutthroat. Whoa, that's a name. Yeah, everyone around here is sick. It's amazing. Actually, one of my coworkers has strep throat right now. I'm very lucky that I just slightly feel bad. Hopefully it doesn't get worse. It won't. Lots of coffee, lots of vitamin C. There is nothing nicotine and caffeine can't fix. Absolutely nothing in this world. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Why does anything exist? Because the universe exists. That's why. Well, we got our first caller. Let's get him in here. How's it going, Mountains? Mountains, hello.
How are you doing today?
Connection's way too bad, brother.
Yeah.
There's a massive delay. Sorry. Hey, possibly. What evidence do you want? Evidence. Period. That sweater shouldn't exist. This sweater is awesome. Why does the universe exist? Because energy cannot be created. What's up, Darth? I don't like sports. No, I don't care about ball. Answer is LeBron for further reference. I don't know about that, bro. Yeah, I couldn't care less about sports. It's just a bunch of yay, throw the ball, throw the ball. The ball has been thrown. Congratulations. I need my dude to jump on top of that dude. A bunch of sweaty dudes wrestling. I couldn't give a fuck less about sports. What's up?
Hello.
Hey man, you're over the age of 18?
Yes.
All right. Which God do you believe in?
Just for the sake of argument, say I believe in Jesus.
No. Which God do you believe in? I'm not gonna fucking dude. Do you believe in a God or
No.
not?
No, I'm arguing the fact that atheism is stupid.
Okay, cool. Which God do you believe in?
I don't believe in any Abrahamic God.
Which God do you fucking believe in then for the fourth time?
I don't believe in any God.
Then you're an atheist.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. A means lack of, theist means belief in God or gods. Therefore, you're an atheist if you don't believe in any God. Dumb nut.
No, atheist means you don't believe in a divine nature.
False. It means, in accordance with Oxford Dictionary, lack of a theist belief in God or gods. Put those words together, you get
What
a
is
lack of belief in God or gods.
What is a God? It's a divine entity.
Yeah, it depends on which God you believe in that defines its characteristics. The classical theistic definition of God is all-powerful triomni creator of the universe. So you don't believe in any
nature.
so you don't believe in any God or creator or divine nature.
I do. believe
Okay,
in
so you
divine
are a
nature.
theist. You follow a religion.
No, I don't.
God, I can't believe I have to pull your teeth out for this. I figured we'd be able to have an intellectual, honest conversation, but you're a troll. Okay, so you believe in some sort of divine, so you're like an agnostic.
Yeah.
Okay, was it that hard to say agnostic?
I mean, agnostic just means you don't know, so that's why I tread lightly before saying that word.
I mean, that's what agnostic means, yeah, by definition. But like when we are talking about the colloquial, people are like, yeah, I'm an agnostic. I don't know if there is or is not. There should be, probably is. So you're agnostic.
Yeah.
What's wrong with atheism?
The metaphysics of it, you can't have any defined morals with atheism
Why not?
because you don't have any foundation
According to
of
who?
truth. According to the laws you follow,
Yeah, which law? Which law says I can't have morals?
The law of physics.
Yeah, which law of physics says I can't have morals?
Because the law of physics doesn't contain morals.
Which
Nothing
law
in the-
of physics says that I can't have morals? You just said that the
all
laws of
them.
physics
They
say I
don't-
can't
didn't-
have morals.
No, I said the laws of physics don't contain any morals, and that's
Cool.
what you have to
So
follow.
where do
You
morals come
following
from?
This, it's the divine.
Says who?
You-
Who told you that?
Metaphysics, like
What about metaphysics? Which philosopher? Name one. Name of the book. Where'd you read this? Who said it? Why do they know it? How do they know it's true?
metaphysics is just wait. Metaphysics is just like math. Are you gonna be like who created
False.
math?
Metaphysics is abstract concepts about reality. So which philosopher said that
About reality,
atheists cannot have
that's just
morals,
like
and
math.
what evidence justifies
Wait,
that as true?
Do you know math?
So I'm going to
originally
ask
was
you again
philosophy?
so that you don't pivot like a coward
was
again.
not-
So 2
it
times
was
don't
not
pivot.
created. It
2
was not
times don't
created.
pivot for a 3rd time. Don't pivot for a 3rd time, brother. So which philosopher said that atheists cannot have morals, and what evidence justified that claim as true?
You don't have any foundational truth. And first of all, the second
Would you like to
question is
tell
loaded.
me,
The
pause,
second,
pause,
can you let
pause.
me finish?
No,
You
you
let
can
me
shut up.
finish?
You can either tell me what you think
The
I
second
believe.
question is loaded.
You can either tell me what you think I believe as if you could mind read, or you can ask me, hey, evidence. How do you get your morals? See, because we're supposed to be having an honest back and forth
You're being
conversation.
disingenuous by asking
I know
me
you
loaded
are, so ask me how I have morals. Do not tell me that I don't have morals. That's stupid.
Okay, how do you have morals as an atheist?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we ground them in empathy.
So you created your own means of morality.
Pretty much, yeah. All morals are subjective by literal definition. What's subjective mean?
Subjective means that it's relative towards
False.
the person.
So subjective means mind dependent. The
the
actual
same thing.
definition of subjective is changes in accordance with feelings, tastes, and opinions.
Same thing.
No, it's not. Those I
It's
said
relative to
two
the-
I said 2 different sentences. They're not the exact same sentence as what you
made it
said.
bigger. You said more words. I said the same thing.
I said the actual definitions. You just made one up on the fly.
It literally is the same
So you're a
thing.
Phil bro. Gotcha. Who's your favorite philosopher and what's your epistemology?
I never said I was a Phil, bro.
Well, you talk like one, so I'm going to call you one. And you've been disingenuous in this entire time
How have I been disingenuous?
by saying that I have
You
no
created
morals
your
instead
own
of
means of
asking me.
morals.
False.
You
Yes, you did. You
False.
ground.
See, you're still trying to mind read. You really suck at it. Go back to whatever school you got your mind reading degree from and get a refund because you fucking suck. You should ask questions instead of give answers.
You just said you ground your own morals in your own objectives.
That's not what I said. What did I say?
You said you ground your own morals from your own opinion with empathy.
Yes, in empathy. We ground it in empathy. Yes, we all have empathy because we all evolved pretty much the same way. So it's a social construct. As social creatures, we have evolved empathy thanks to psychology and biology. So yes, we all have morals, and all morals are literally by all definitions subjective, whether you're atheist or theist. If you believe in a divine giver of laws, that's dependent on its mind. If you believe in none of that, morals are subjective on each person. Why? Because they change person to person. That's the definition of subjective. So my morals are the same as your morals. They're subjective. My morals are the same as a Christian's morals. They're subjective.
So in a vacuum, your morals don't exist.
We're not talking about a vacuum. We're talking about reality right now. I don't know what vacuum you're talking about. What vacuum are you talking about?
Your morals don't.
My carpet doesn't need cleaned.
My whole claim is that your morals don't have any substantial foundation.
Right, and we just debated that, and you're wrong. And I explained why you're wrong and the mechanism. I literally provided you a mechanism that explains why you're wrong, and your only argument to defeat my argument is, nuh-uh, bro. That's stupid.
You literally just said it's subjective. You can't have a
it's based in biology and psychology. Do you remember those English words that came out of my mouth 20 seconds ago?
So in a vacuum, do your morals exist?
I wouldn't exist, therefore, no, they would not.
Without
I can't breathe in a vacuum. Without society. Well,
now you're being disingenuous. You know what I meant in a vacuum.
Oh, no, I don't, because you keep on saying, I know this, and I am this, and I believe this, but you don't know what's going on in my head. Where did you go to school?
Okay, ad homs, dude. But
oh, yeah, 100% I'm ad homing right now. Where did you go to school?
Where did you go to school, bro?
Yeah, where'd you go to school? Man. Which college did you go to?
I'm in college right now.
Yeah, which one?
I go to Kennesaw State.
Okay, how much did it cost to get the mind reading degree from there?
All right, man. Like,
are you done mind reading?
Bro, you gonna let me talk?
No, absolutely not, because you fucking suck at mind reading. Are you done mind reading, or are you gonna keep mind reading?
Nice ad homs, bro.
No, an ad hominem is saying you're wrong because you're uneducated. An ad hominem is saying you're wrong because you're a dumbass.
Insults.
Yeah, throwing an insult, but I've already provided a mechanism in which you are wrong. Didn't. Yeah, you want to hear the mechanism for the third time? You want to hear the mechanism for the third time? You want false. You want to hear the
false. In a vacuum, you don't have morals.
Yeah, because no one exists in a vacuum.
Exactly, and that's what I just said.
Yeah, they are subjective in accordance with all definitions.
The relativity of the people around you. So they're created from your humanity, and they're not inherent. So therefore, you have no foundation.
Therefore, they're subjective. They are founded in society.
So you have no foundational morality.
False. They're founded in society.
Oh my God.
They are grounded in society, dude.
So you just said two different things. You just said that your grounds for morality come from empathy, which you think is inherent, and you also just said oh my God.
Nope, some people don't have some people don't have empathy. You ever heard of a sociopath? That's why they're subjective. Some people have it, some people don't. And it differs person to person in society and cultures. There's some cultures where it's still okay to do cannibalism. I don't agree with them, but they have reasonings and it's good for them. That means it's subjective. We subjectively disagree. I can explain why I disagree. There's no objective fact.
So your morality has no objectivity, so it has
no
foundational marking.
It is founded in society.
And what is society? What is society comprised of?
All of us people that come together, we all have evolved empathy, and we know that as social creatures, if we don't have each other, we die. So we have to have each other for our own survival. Therefore, it's good for us to keep each other alive and healthy, because if we're not, we cease to exist. That's where morals come from. So where do your morals come from?
Divine law.
How do you know that? What mechanism derives the causal relation of you having morals and a divine being?
Because you can't have objectivity without a supernatural entity or power.
Well, what grounds it as objective? Did you know for something to be objective, it requires an axiom? What axiom are you using?
The fact that everything has a
Fact,
cause.
that's bold. Not everything has a cause.
No.
Energy, first law of thermodynamics. So where's your objective axiom?
What does that mean? I'm not a Phil, bro.
Yeah, you are. Oh, that's an ad hom, by the way. So objective needs axioms.
No, I know what objective.
For something to
just
be
said that.
objective, it has to have an axiom. So like for me, I only grant self-evident axioms because I'm an empiricist. You have to explain why I shouldn't do that and why my thought process isn't as good as your thought process in order for me to change my mind. But you have to provide a causal mechanism. You're not providing any mechanisms. You're just saying, ha 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 ha, nuh-uh, ha 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 ha. That's
I'm
not an
not.
argument. Yeah, it is. So what?
You're using circular
Your
reasoning by
argument?
saying
No, I'm not. What is circular reason? Define it.
you're going in circles.
Tell me what
with your-
circular
with your
reasoning is. Oh, there you go. I'm running in circles. How am I running in circles?
First, you're saying that your morals come from empathy,
Yep.
and then you're saying that you can't have morals in a vacuum because it's required and dependent on the people.
No, so
you're
what I
around.
said
Those
is
two
empathy
contradict
is
each other.
derived from biology and psychology. Those are the mechanisms that cause the effect of empathy and morals. So that's a mechanistic causal relation that I ground my morals in, and you do too. I have explained the mechanism in which morals come from. If I am wrong, explain to me why I'm wrong, how I'm wrong, and why you are correct. Where do your morals come from, and how do you know?
I just told you.
No, you didn't. You said they come from a unicorn. That's not an explanation. How do you know that?
I didn't. I said they came from a divine energy.
Yeah,
or
that's a
divine-
unicorn. Congratulations. How do you know it to be true? I could say mine come from Harry Potter. So
because-
what? It's a claim.
It's almost like everything needs a cause for it to have an effect.
Yeah, I explained the cause, the mechanism, causal relation for it to exist for me is empathy is grounded in biology and psychology in societies and cultures as social creatures. That is
You
why
just
we have
said for me.
empathy.
You just said for me.
Yeah, for all of us. For me, for you, and our subjective morals are going to change. Do you think it's okay to whip children?
No, I don't.
Oh, cool. We actually agree with that. Do you think it's okay? Let's see. Do you think it's okay to eat meat?
Yeah.
I don't. So we have subjective morals that differ on that. Morals are subjective. They differ person to person. My morals are different
That's
from
where
yours.
that's where we disagree.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
called
morals are
subjective.
objective.
Well,
I think morals are.
that means it's
objective.
subjective because you can't ground them.
Yes, I can.
Ground them then.
Well-being and agency of a human.
That means it's subjective.
How?
The
You-
well-being
for-
of a
okay,
human.
okay,
What
wait,
is
wait,
it?
wait,
What
wait.
does well-being mean?
Well-being. I mean, another definition being like the
Oh, you guys are
embodiment
all
of the
saying next
person.
guest. YouTube, what do you guys think? Oh, he left. I didn't even have to kick him. Yeah. Well, he ended up leaving. Alan is next and then Van. I know you want up, brother. Cool. Let's get Alan in here. How's it going,
Hello.
Alan?
Going good, man. What about you?
I'm doing all right, brother. Are you over the age of 18?
Yes,
Okay. What's your religion?
Catholic.
Okay, cool. Why should I?
Well, the way that you're living your life right now, to be completely frank with you, dude, I don't know what you're doing and I don't know what's holding you back, but Jesus delivers from all sins and you're always free to turn to him.
Why should I believe that?
Because when you read the Bible, it tells you
Who wrote it?
men with the inspiration of God.
How do you know that?
How don't you know that?
No, how do you know that? You're the one with the claim, not me. You're telling me I should believe in this. You have to provide a justification for it. So how do you know that's true?
I know that because the Bible has predicted many things which have come to pass,
Like what?
like the flooding of the earth, like
When?
many
Where?
things which haven't happened yet,
What
like
flooding?
the flooding in the time of Noah.
Why do you believe that happened?
Because you can find the ark. The ark is a
You talking about the ark found in Turkey?
I don't remember which country,
Turkey.
but you can find the ark.
Yeah, so when the archaeologists looked at that, both Turkish and American, I believe it was Oxford that sent over there. There's absolutely no remnants of an ark. It's actually natural minerals and rock formation with the help of volcanic eruption. There's absolutely no wood or anything. There's no brass. There's no metals. It's just purely mineral and rock.
So why do you believe that?
Because they tested the rocks with tools.
Did you see the
Makeup, the
miraculous
compound?
painting?
Yes. What
No, no,
miraculous
no.
painting? Oh, you're pivoting.
Well, I'm bringing up another
You're
natural
not going
cause,
to.
which is
So that
inexplainable.
you just said the
Inexplainable
evidence for
by
the flood
science?
is the ark. So if the ark is false, then your flood is false, correct?
No.
So what would make the flood false?
Nothing, because it happened.
How do you know this?
Because it's in the Bible, and there
That's called
is
begging the
the
question.
remnant of the ark.
So the Bible is the one with the story that a flood happened. It doesn't mean it's true. You have to provide external evidence that the story is true. Otherwise, you're using a logical fallacy called begging the question, which is inserting the conclusion into the premises. Your conclusion right now is the ark happened, and then your premise is that the Bible says the ark happened. That is literally begging the question. Do you have any evidence justifying the belief that a flood happened?
To be honest with you, I don't need to look into it that much.
Yeah, you do.
But
You have
it
to
is
know,
available.
because I asked you, how do you know it's true? And your only argument was a fallacy. Why? That I shouldn't believe that. I'm not dumb. I don't like to believe dumb stuff
How's it done?
because it's fallacious. It's begging the question. There's no actual justification to believe in it except for I told you, therefore it's true. That's fallacious. It's not true.
Well, that's not the only reason the story adds up.
Wonderful. How? Where? Which part of the story?
The entire story of the flood and the earth being reborn afterward.
How do you know that to be true? How do you know that the whole
Because
earth flooded?
you and I are not 8 feet tall.
So what? How do you know that the flood happened?
Because whenever God created the earth anew, out of the remnants of the flood, plant life became a lot weaker, and humans, mammals, etc., like what we believe to be dinosaurs, were actually huge reptiles and whatnot.
Well, a reptile is a dinosaur.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's explained through the mechanistic cause called evolution for the effect of evolving.
So why do you think that things magically devolved?
They didn't. They
So
evolved
why aren't reptiles like that still around?
because they don't need to be. That's what evolution is. Every time you have a baby, you're evolving.
Well, if you believe in natural selection, it wouldn't make sense for them not
Define
to
natural
have a place.
selection.
Do you believe in natural selection?
Yeah, define it. I don't think you know what it is.
Natural selection is the fittest of a species being able to reproduce and the weaker links dying off.
Incorrect. Natural selection means that in their area, they have reasoning to grow in that area. They are fit for that area.
Well, that's just evolution.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with strong or weak.
It does, though.
It's whatever. No, I just explained it. It's whatever helps you best fit in that area. So, like me and you, well, me, I don't know what you look like. I'm white as shit. I'm going to burn easier if I go to somewhere like Africa right now. But there are other people that have evolved to a degree where they can not get burned as easy in Africa. Why? Because that area, through billions of years, they kept melanin in their skin, which protects their skin from the sun's UV rays. But I don't
Yeah,
need it because
absolutely.
in my area, I don't have as much UV. So I evolved to be white. I don't have as much melanin to protect me from the UV because I don't need it. While being
Right.
white, instead, I'm better suited in colder climates.
Through their genetic makeup, yes, which God
Yeah,
has put into
through
place
babies.
so that, or
Having a
offspring,
baby.
maintains similar features to
How do-
us.
okay, so how do you link having a baby with a god having anything to do with that? Because that's
Because
a really big claim.
God creates us,
That's a
we
claim.
create the child, and God creates the child.
That's a claim. How do you know that God creates a child?
Well, if God doesn't want the child to be born, it won't be.
How do you know that to be true?
Why would anyone have miscarriages or anything like that?
That's not what I asked you. Pivot number 1. How do you know it to be true that God made babies?
Because the womb is a supernatural process.
That's another claim. So pivot number 2. What I asked you was, how do you know God made babies?
We
Don't
make
pivot for a
babies,
third time.
and God creates the human life in the womb.
So again, pivot number 3. How do you know that God made babies is the question.
Because God makes all man.
Dude, I'm asking
gives
you,
us-
how do you know that God makes? And you're just saying God makes. You're not giving an explanation or a mechanism in which he makes things, the cause and effect relator.
I'm not trying to pivot, but it's integral to the point.
No,
Who
it's
made
not.
you?
My mother fucked someone 25 years ago. That's why I exist. So what evidence do you have that a God made me?
Who gave her and the man the capability in order to do that?
Their parents. You want to go back all the way? Is that what you're trying to do right now?
I mean, why wasn't your mother born infertile? Why wasn't that man born infertile?
Biology. I have no idea. What
Who
evidence do
created
you,
biology?
I have no idea. What evidence do you have that a God made people? Stop pivoting.
Because
That's
God
a fourth
created
pivot.
man.
That's a claim. How do you know
Adam
that
and
God
Eve-
made people?
Adam and Eve, God created man.
How do you know that God made them?
Because it says in the Bible that God
That's
created
called begging
Adam
the
and Eve.
question. The conclusion is God made Adam and Eve. And then you're saying, how do I know that? Because the Bible says God created Adam and Eve. The conclusion is God created Adam and Eve. Your explanation is, premise 1 is God created Adam and Eve. That's circular reasoning. It's a fallacy. Why should I believe it to be true? How do you know it?
All right, well, why shouldn't I believe in God?
That's not what we're doing here. And you keep pivoting. So that's a 5th pivot. So how do you know that God made people? Don't pivot for a 6th time.
This is not a pivot. This is an explanation. In the book of Genesis, God created man.
No, that's the claim.
Adam.
That's
God
not an
created
explanation.
Adam.
How did God create Adam?
God created Adam out of the dust and sand.
Dust isn't
created
alive.
man.
You believe in abiogenesis?
I believe that God is all powerful and God can create man.
So how do you know that God created Adam?
Because God created Adam, me and you had to come
That's
from
the claim.
somebody.
So you just said God created Adam. How do you know God created Adam?
Because me and you had to come from somebody.
So that's
who was it?
still circular reasoning. How do you know that God created Adam? You don't have to say God created Adam or God created you, therefore God created Adam. That's circular reasoning. You have to demonstrate how you know that God created Adam. What mechanism?
In the book of Genesis, God created man.
That's still circular reasoning. The book says God created Adam, therefore God created Adam. That's circular reasoning. How do you know that God created Adam?
Do you really need more proof than that to live your life?
That's not proof, that's a claim. You have to provide the proof now. What evidence do you have that God created Adam?
I mean, that right there is me begging the question, do you need more than that in order to live a good life?
No, so what you're doing is pivoting for a 9th time, because you pivoted 6 times already, and then we've done this circular dance 3 more times. So
You're counting
how do
my
you know that
pivots. I
God
mean,
created Adam?
Because in the book of Genesis, God,
That's a
God
claim.
does not
How do you
give
know
us
that God
more
created
than what
Adam?
we need. It's not necessarily.
That's another claim. So let's not go to that claim. Let's go to the first claim that you're incapable of answering. How do you know that God created Adam?
There's no more information about it.
Right, so why do you believe it?
Because me and you had to come from a man originally,
Yeah, your dad.
right? And then his parents, and then all the way back to
All
Adam.
the way back to simple-celled multicellular organisms of which had sex. And over billions and billions of years, those sexes evolved, different things like limbs, lungs, hearts, etc. That's where we come from. How do I know that? Embryology is one really big one. We can literally see the formation of a person from the very first evolution to where we are now. We can even see where we have a tail, because me and you both still have tail bones, and we had a tail in the womb, by the way. And then also we have things like fossils. We can literally just trace them back. It's super awesome. It's simple. We're able to date them as well. We can date rocks. We can date all these different things to know the timeline of things. And then also we have DNA that we can track back. Same as you know your grandfather is your grandfather by blood and DNA. We can do that all the way back to other things as well. So I have evidence for my claims. What evidence do you have that a God created you?
I have a question for that.
Nope,
and that
you're
is
not
going to prove
pivoting.
my
So
claim.
what evidence do you have that a God created you is the question. Your claim is God created you. That's been your claim for the last 11 minutes. What evidence do you have to back it up? I just provided 3 pieces of evidence.
My evidence is in the book of Genesis.
That's
as
not
I've said,
evidence, it's
and
a
as
claim.
well,
That's not evidence, it's a
who
claim. That's not
who do you
evidence. That's
think
not
got the
evidence. That's
ball
not
rolling
evidence.
with
That's not
evolution?
evidence. That's not evidence. That's a claim. What evidence do you
That's
have
fine.
justifying the claim is true?
That's fine. We can't necessarily prove God verbatim.
You're the one
However,
making the claim.
who
Justify
do
your
you
claim.
think I'm making the claim because you can't
You have to
answer
justify
me
the
for who
claim.
you think
Nobody.
got the ball rolling.
Nobody
Who
did.
got the ball rolling with
Nobody
all of that?
did.
Who
So what
created
evidence
the
do you
first
have that God did it?
single-celled organism?
Nobody did. So what evidence do you have that God did it?
How could nobody create something?
What? I'm not saying nothingness created something. I'm saying that there was not a person that did create something. Come on, pay attention. Keep up, slow
God
boy.
being a spiritual being
That's a
is not
claim.
a person.
We're not going to another claim. Your claim right now is God created people. How do you know this? What evidence justifies it as true?
Because God created Adam.
That is the claim that we are talking about. You have to justify it as true.
We're going to have to keep going in circles.
No,
until
you are
can
doing it
tell
because you're
me who
incapable of
created the
understanding that
first
you believe
single-celled
something
organism.
indoctrinated. You believe something uncritically. You're indoctrinated. You have no logic behind it. You have no critical thought behind it. You have no mechanism that demonstrates that it is true. You just believe it's true because a piece of paper written by humans said so. That's not evidence for truthfulness.
I'm simply wondering how this
Oh, that doesn't
benefits your
matter.
life.
My answer can be
This
I don't know,
belief
proof
that you
God.
hold.
Yeah, I don't have a belief. What are you talking about? Atheism is a lack of a belief. What do you mean belief?
Your belief in single-celled organisms and
Yeah,
all
we
that.
know that you don't believe single-celled organisms exist?
No. We didn't come from single-celled organisms.
You don't believe
like you said.
single-celled organisms exist?
We did not come from them.
How do you
as
know that?
said.
All the evidence says we do. We can literally watch them self-replicate, and then we can
That's
see
fine.
that
In the Bible,
turn into
God
sex.
created man as a complete
No, that's a
man.
claim. In Harry Potter, it says that you're a wizard, Harry. Does that make it true?
Absolutely not.
Well, the book says so.
Because whoever the author is of that book is not God.
Well, whoever the author is of your book is not God. So what's your point?
My point is, my book, which is the Bible, is written through divine inspiration.
No, that's a
given by
claim
God.
inside of the book. Harry Potter was written by divine inspiration. That's a claim I just made. Prove me
That's
wrong.
not a claim in the book.
That's
The
valid.
writer of
I'll give
Harry
you that
Potter
one.
would never claim that.
I'll give you that one. So how do you know that it was written by divine inspiration?
Because many things which are said in the Bible have come to pass. Even
No,
in the
you already
book of
went through
Genesis.
this, and you went to the flood, and you were incapable of proving the flood after I debunked it. And then now you're incapable of demonstrating that God created anything. And then I debunked that with evolution. And now you have nowhere to go except for back to the same old claim from the piece of paper written by humans, not God, written by humans. You just keep
No,
running
I
in
was going to bring
circles.
something else
When are you
up.
going to admit you're just illogical?
No, I was going to bring something else up.
When are you
which
going to
we
admit
can go
you're
back to.
illogical, brother? You
Like
just
you've said,
read
we
a
have
piece of
nowhere else to
paper.
go, so I'd like to bring one more thing up.
No, you still have 2 claims on the table. A, the flood happened, and B, God made humans. You still have to demonstrate
which
those
are
claims.
explained through circular reasoning, like you said.
That's called begging the question. It's a fallacy, therefore untrue. You have to demonstrate how it is true.
It's not untrue. It's called
Yeah, it is.
having
It's
faith.
false. Actually,
It's called having faith in
so
it.
faith is belief without evidence. Therefore, you're illogical. You agree that you're illogical?
How is faith in the divine different from
Yeah, Hebrews
belief
11:1. You
in
ever read
science,
it?
which you don't
Hebrews
know?
11:1. You ever read it?
Absolutely.
Faith is the evidence for things unseen, correct?
Yes.
What is the definition of faith?
Faith is believing in the divine and in the unseen. Yes.
Yeah, so it's believing in it without evidence. So it literally contradicted itself right there. Faith is the evidence, even though faith is not evidence. That's a contradiction. P and not P cannot be true. A bachelor cannot be married.
I'm asking only one thing, which is how
Oh,
Do
it
you
doesn't matter.
believe
How do you
in
have?
science?
How do you know that you're correct? Because I've demonstrated the causal mechanisms that created evolution and where we come from. I've also demonstrated how we know that the flood didn't happen. And instead of you answering anything that I have said, you just keep on walking back into this little corner where you tuck your tail between your legs and crying like a little girl. And then you
You're
just
the
say
one
the
that's
same
crying
claim
like a
over
little girl,
again.
man. I'm giving you the floor because
You
this is
haven't
your
provided
show.
anything. You have
But you
provided a
keep
claim.
talking over me.
And then when I ask to prove the claim, you provide the claim. And then when I ask to prove that claim, you provide the claim. And then when I ask to prove the claim, you provide the claim. So all you're
simply
doing is
asking
running
you,
in circles
how do
like
you
a
know that
chicken
your
with its head
claims
cut
are
off. It's
true?
really sad and pathetic, and everyone's laughing at you. Literally, everyone is telling me to move on to the next guest. Give them a reason that we should keep you. Show that you're actually intelligent and not illogical, because all you're doing is using logical fallacies, which means you're illogical.
I'm using proofs that believe.
No, you haven't used any proof. You used a claim, and then you proved the claim with the claim, which is not proof. It's actually just the claim. That
My
is
basis is the
illogical.
Bible, and my basis for my belief in the Bible is
The
faith.
Bible is the claim,
What
my
I'm
brother.
asking you is, how can you believe
The
in science?
Bible is
If
the claim.
the
We're not.
Bible-
No, we're
all right,
not
if the Bible is
dissecting anything
apparently
I
a
believe right now.
fabrication-
Guess what, buddy? I can say I know nothing about anything. How do you know that you're correct? You're the one with the burden to prove your claims, and the only way that you're trying to quote unquote prove your claims is just by saying the claim again, which isn't evidence. It's just circular. It's fallacious. It's illogical. You are illogical. You are indoctrinated.
All right, does that? I'm just simply asking you a question. Just a simple
You don't need to
question.
provide questions. You need to provide
Does that
explanations.
mean that's
You have a
fine, but
claim.
does
Your
that
claim
mean
is that a
you have
God made
anything
people.
against God?
Your claim is that God made people. You have to demonstrate how you know that to be true.
Because in the book of Genesis, Adam and Eve were created, yes.
That's a book and a story. In Harry Potter, Hogwarts is in the wizarding world. Therefore, it's true, correct?
It's scientific texts and stories which you believe in.
No, it's
If
not.
the Bible is
If
apparently
it's scientific,
fabricated, how are
if
the
it's
scientific
scientific,
studies
if
not
it's
fabricated?
scientific, if it's scientific, demonstrate the causal mechanism God used for the effect of people being created by him.
If the Bible was
No.
apparently
You just made another claim
human-
that's absolutely crazy. So what causal mechanism do you have to demonstrate the effect of people being made by a God?
God created it.
No, that's
If
the claim.
the Bible
So what
is
your
apparently
claim is
human
that God made
brilliance-
people, and then you said that it's a scientific proof. So what you need to do now is provide me the causal mechanism for the effect that people were made by God, not the claim that people were made by God. That's not the evidence of it. We already have that claim. Now you have to demonstrate the causal mechanism that makes it true.
God created the cosmos.
That's the claim. So you have to provide the evidence for it.
We are no stronger or greater than God.
Yes, I am. So what evidence do you have for the
What?
causal mechanism that people were made by God to be true?
Yes, you are.
Oh, yeah, 100%. So, because he doesn't exist and I do, therefore I'm greater. So what evidence do you have for the causal mechanism for the effect that people were made by God? How do you relate those?
God created the whole
That's
thing.
the claim. So what causal mechanism for people being made do you have for that?
How come you believe in the cosmos mechanism, but you can't believe in the Bible? If
That's the
Bible is
claim.
simply
So you
the
have to provide a
brilliance of
causal
human
mechanism
intelligence,
to demonstrate that the claim is true. So what evidence do you have to demonstrate that the claim is that God made people? What evidence justifies it as true? The claim is not the evidence. The best thing you
If
can
you
do right
believe that
now
the
is just
Bible is
admit that you're
fake-
illogical and indoctrinated and you believe by faith and faith alone and it's not fact, and we're good to go. But instead, you keep on saying it's absolutely true. And I'm sure you've told people they're going to go to hell for not believing in it. You have a burden to prove it. Biatch.
Good Lord. That is
Nah, bad
the-
Lord. If you exist, use a bitch. So what evidence do you have for the causal mechanism for people being made by God?
Within the Bible, we are
Nope,
called
that's
to
called the
lead
claim.
by
You
our
have to
faith.
demonstrate the
We are
evidence.
called to lead
Oh,
by
I'm
our
not
faith.
dumb enough to lead by faith, which is belief without evidence. I just don't like being stupid. I'm not illogical. Would you like to provide a logical explanation?
All I'm here to tell you, man, is that as soon as you invite God into your life,
No,
then
that's
it's
a claim.
wonderful existence.
It's a claim, and I have a wonderful existence, and it doesn't require fairy tales. So what
I don't
evidence
know,
do you
man.
have that a God made people?
It's not looking good, man.
I know it's not looking good for you. You're being laughed at, and everyone's telling you
for
to
you,
leave.
man. It's
I know it's not looking good for you. So what evidence do you have for the claim
I
that a
said
God
for
made
you,
people?
man. I don't know.
No, I said for you, man. I don't know. So what evidence do you have that a God made people?
You gonna keep talking over me or let me talk?
100%. Are you going to keep talking over me and pivoting and running like a coward, or are you going to provide an explanation that justifies the claim that people were made by God as true?
You notice how even then I didn't talk over you, I let you speak?
You notice how you still haven't provided an explanation for your claim that God made people? Provide the mechanism that demonstrates how you know it to be true. What cause created it? And how do you know it? What mechanism links the cause to the effect?
God created it. We are no
That's the
smarter than
claim.
God
So
to
you
know
have to
how he
demonstrate that
created
that
it.
claim is true. The claim is God created it. How do you know that to be true? What evidence justifies it?
God, as the masterful physician, has his
All
ways.
right, everyone's
and we do
begging for you to
not
go,
know.
so adios. That one is 100% being clipped. Holy crap. That dude needs some help. That dude needs help. Damn. That was rough. That was like indoctrination 101. That was rough. Buddy needs to open a book. All right, Lost. Let's get you in here.
Yo, what's
How's
up,
it going, Lost? You over the age of 18, brother?
Oh, yes, I am, man. What's going on?
All right. Which religion do you follow?
The one in the Bible.
Okay, Christian.
Yeah.
Cool. What you got for me today? Why should I believe in your God?
Yeah. I would say that science proves it.
Oh, really? Which science proves it?
I would say like the Big Bang Theory. I would
What
say,
about it? Tell me what the Big Bang Theory is.
Yeah. So it's like the start of the universe, kind of. And,
Incorrect. Can you tell me what the Big Bang Theory is if it's scientific proof of a God?
Yeah. It's when like a hot dense point happened inside the universe, which caused
Happened?
everything to be.
Where
Yeah,
does it say it happened?
Like in what sense do you mean it happened? Like,
Well, what sense do you mean it happened?
Yeah, in a sense of creation, like the
No,
planets,
that's
the
not what the
universe,
Big Bang Theory
stars.
says. You said that the Big Bang Theory is scientific proof of a God creating the universe, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so where in the Big Bang Theory does it say God created the heavens and the earth by a Big Bang?
Yeah. I would say that, like, I'll also get to that by science reasoning. Like with that theory based off what
I'm
it
so sorry,
says.
pause. I want to hear what you think the Big Bang Theory is. I'm going to let you talk.
Yeah. It's more of the start of the universe where all the planets and stars came into place, and it all happened in one thing, in one go. And so it's more of the start of it, or like the expansion of it, basically.
Ooh, you used the correct word. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not how planets and suns and stars formed. So the Big Bang Theory just simply states that there was a hot, dense state of energy, and then 13.8 billion years ago it expanded. That's all it is. Where in the Big Bang Theory does it demonstrate God?
Yeah. And I would say, with that reasoning there, I would say, being like, for example, right, if something's hot, no matter like
Energy, brother.
yeah, what I mean, yeah. It always caused by something. That sounds
No.
right there. Like, yes, it is, 100%.
What makes energy?
It can't be created or destroyed. It's always there.
Right. So God didn't make it. So God didn't make
course
the
he
Big
did.
Bang. Wait, no,
course he did.
but you just agreed that energy can't be created. So now you're going to contradict yourself.
No, I'm not, man. I'm saying this. Look, for example, right? Let's say, because just look, man.
You got to
'cause,
run
like,
out of that corner, don't you? You got to
Because like
bob and weave out of that corner. You got to run.
Because, like,
Run, boy, run.
because like the word like for example, right? Something being hot always has a cause.
Was it scary in the corner? Like, did it scare you? Was it dark and cold?
Nah.
I don't know, man. That corner seemed to scare the shit out of you because you ran so motherfucking fast you made Forrest Gump look slow.
Shit. I would say it's more of like the like, for example, right? Is if I'm hot, I mean, not like that, you feel me? But if I'm hot, I'm cause for something, like the cause of being hot, it always has a cause, right? And so
Energy.
with that there, and for example, heat always has a
Energy.
It must be produced by something.
Mm-mm.
And in the word,
Yeah, what
produce
creates
or,
energy?
I mean, I would say atoms, molecules, they connect together to form energy, which can't be created or destroyed. And so, with that sense, it's more of,
Wait,
it's,
you think an atom creates energy?
I would say like not in the sense of like the way you're thinking. I would say it's part of it. Yeah,
How does an atom create energy?
it's like the formation of for example, right? We all have atoms in our body. We all have these things. So we form energy by working. So
All right,
I
here,
would say
let me
that,
help you out here because the corner is just not a good look on you. We're going to get you out of the corner a little bit here. Matter is an emergent property from energy fields. Energy cannot be created. Do you want to justify the belief that energy was created by God?
Yeah. Because time, space, and matter came to existence at the same time as space did. So with matter
Space-time, yeah.
itself, yeah. So like that means it was created by something, right? The word,
No.
yeah, it was 100%. If
Nope.
matter came to the same time as time and time and space, then it had to.
You want to know the cause for space-time?
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, the expansion from a hot dense state. So if you want to consider that creating time, then you worship energy. Congratulations. Because that's the cause for space-time, the expansion from the hot dense state, of which is when time began.
But yeah, like I just want to say though, man, like if something's hot, it's caused by something.
No,
right,
energy,
like
friction in and of itself, energy.
So what creates
energy can't be created, brother. We already went through this. Did you really want to go back to it?
It's what science says, man.
Science says that energy cannot be created, but you believe it was created, so you contradict science. So science doesn't prove your God.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like for example, right? In science, it says a hot. If something's hot, it can't be. Like it's caused by something, right?
No, no, energy can't be created.
If something's hot, it's caused by something. 100%.
Yeah, energy. And energy can't be created.
And what caused that energy?
And no. Pause. You just asked what caused energy. And you're also claiming this to be scientific proof of a God. So in accordance with science, what caused energy?
God did. I would say God did.
What science shows that? How's the corner, bud?
I was at the Big Bang Theory did, man.
The Big Bang Theory doesn't say energy was created, bro.
Okay, but at the same time, it's more of like they all came to
Brother, you said the first thing you said in this was the Big Bang Theory proves God. And not only did you not know what the Big Bang Theory is, you also said energy can be created, and then you also agreed that it cannot be created. So you contradicted yourself, and you showed an argument from incredulity, which means that you just heard it from someone else.
I would say that God is
I think I'm using that
some
wrong.
sort of energy in a sense. I would say that there's since God's a spirit, there's some sort of energy for that. If God's everywhere, there's more of the fact
that I used that fallacy so wrong. It's not arguing from incredulity. It's arguing from ignorance. That's my bad. I don't know why I said incredulity.
Incredulity sounds nicer.
It does sound nicer. People don't understand that ignorance just means lacking knowledge.
Yeah. I would say, God's like a form of energy, because God's everywhere. So I would say, and at the same time,
form of energy is he? Like what recorded form of energy is he?
Spirit.
Spirit is not a form of energy. What form of energy is he?
What do you mean what form of energy?
Okay, so you said a form of energy. I assume you know what the basic forms of energy are. So
I mean, like I know like the types of energy. I know there's dark energy. There's light energy. There's
what is light energy?
Types. Yeah. What is light energy? Where are you studying to find out about light energy? Because like.
I'm still doing some,
I'm really trying to help you get out of the corner, brother, but you keep on like running back into the corner. It's crazy.
So let me just be clear here. Like, I ain't trying to dunk on you. Like, you are getting dunked on, but I ain't trying. Right? What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it so that your claims that you're making make sense.
Light energy.
So,
light energy isn't a thing. Maybe take a second and Google what forms energy comes in, and then you can go in and you can say this is the one that most closely matches God. For example, you might say kinetic energy is the form that most closely matches my concept of God. You know, but like light energy ain't a thing, and neither is spirit energy. Like this isn't Dragon Ball. We're not all going to hands in the sky. You know, we're not here to defeat Frieza. This is reality.
Don't
So,
fucking shit on Dragon Ball. I'll shit on you.
I love Dragon Ball, but I'll shit on it since it's 10 days a week.
You know, I see what you're saying too, and you know, like, so my whole point, like, with this argument is that, you know, it's always a cause to something, and I feel like the
No.
universe has a cause for its being in, you know, in existence.
Yes, the universe is
it's-
the necessary thing for all things to exist. All things are contingent upon the universe. There
Yeah,
is
yeah,
no
and-
God
and-
in part of that. That the God part is just like a random mythology fairy tale you're throwing in there. We know the universe is here. We can demonstrate that. Where's the demonstration for God having anything to do with that?
I would say, you know, we're like, you know, like it's so perfect, you know, like the universe
No,
so
it's not.
complex.
My brother in
Scientists
Christ
can't-
try to eat and breathe at the same time.
It's not possible, but I
Right.
would say,
But in that, because of that, many people die, and then also you're gonna die thanks to gravity. Like that's gonna kill you.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I mean, like planets like Saturn, you know, how the big, you know, the big, what's it
It's
called?
not perfect, brother. They're desolate. Nothing can live on it.
Yeah,
How's
I
that
mean,
perfect?
I mean, and not in that sense. I meant like the hexagon thing on top of it. You know, like this, they say it's so perfect that you know it had to be created by something.
Who's
and so-
they?
Just the scientists, man. I
What
would say,
scientist? Give me a name, because they suck.
I get like the research on it, but you know, I don't really got the scientist's name, but you know,
I know
could,
you don't. You've never actually heard or read this before.
I would say I
No
do
scientist
some
says
things
that.
deep down in it, research, but you know, I really don't go
Research
Yeah.
requires finding evidence that justifies true conclusions. So again,
Yeah,
the
I would
universe
say-
is necessary. God is make-believe.
How so is he make believe?
Yeah, because there's no justification for his existence, same as a unicorn, and there's absolutely zero evidence to believe in a unicorn, Bigfoot, or Harry Potter, so we don't. They're make-believe. They're made up by people. You would not believe in your God if human beings didn't write that book. It's make-believe. It's a fairy tale. Your God is the same as the Loch Ness Monster. Non-existent.
You know, I would say that, you know, since you know, it's more the fact that, you know, he is real, and it's more. I mean,
No,
like in the
it's-
Bible, we see
demonstrate
that, like
that.
for example,
Well, brother,
see,
in
like,
Harry
you-
Potter, we see that Voldemort comes back. I don't
yeah,
care.
yeah, and no, it's not like that. You know, like we see like in Samuel, I think, I forgot what chapter and verse, but I believe it's like Elijah, and it was like Elijah and Baal's prophets, right? They did like a contest to see, you know, which God is true, and obviously the Bible came out on top.
Yeah,
And
they did a lot of
you know,
contests in Harry Potter too, and Harry Potter came on top. Therefore, it's true story because there's a contest in the story. Therefore, the story is true. No,
I mean, like we didn't connect, like, you know, what's it called? That one guy that was with Elijah. What's it called? Eli something. You know, like if we can find him, then you know it's most actually, you know, realistic or proven that Elijah existed without you know, since he ascended up to heaven.
Okay, I was about to say, yeah, Elisha's the one that went to heaven in a chariot. So how the fuck
Yeah,
are we?
you know,
That's just
if we
another
can
fairy
find,
tale explanation to. Oh, we don't have any proof of Elisha. Oh yeah, he just went to heaven, huh? That's a nice fucking pivot.
Yeah, but like
He didn't
so,
exist.
My whole point on that too is that, you know, if we can
No,
find,
brother,
you know,
he didn't
what's it called,
exist. What evidence do you have that he existed and that the story is true? The story written by
Yeah,
humans. It's
the
a fairy
prophet
tale.
beside him, man. What's it called? Eli something. Man. I forgot his name.
Yeah,
It's
how do you
like
know he
the
existed?
prophet. Yeah, because like it said, he died in Samaria. So if
According
we
to
can just
who?
find, you know, where his body's at, then
Yeah, where's his
proven that
body?
The Bible is not. I don't know. That's what I'm
Dude,
saying,
I
we don't
could
know.
disprove
I'm
the
saying
Bible
we
with the
can-
first fucking sentence.
How so?
Yeah, Genesis 1:1 says what?
God, oh shit. I mean, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
Okay,
And
and what
without
happened on
fault.
day 4?
I believe he created the animals, right?
The sun, moon, and stars. That's false.
Oh, my fault.
The Earth is younger than the sun, brother. The Earth exists because of the sun's gravity. The Bible's false. It's a story written by humans. Ignorant humans from 2,000 years ago. It's just fucking false.
Like, in what sense did it, did it say that you could rate the sun, moon, like, in order?
Yeah,
Or was it?
in order it goes day 1 through 6, and then God rests on the 7th day, correct?
Yeah.
On day 1, he created the heavens and the earth, correct?
Mm-hmm.
On day 4, he made the sun, moon, and stars.
Mm-hmm.
That's false. It contradicts evidence that justifies the earth has to be, and we know that it is, younger than the sun.
Now, let's say, like, that's not in order. Let's say
It is in
back
order.
then
Day
they
1,
meant,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It also
I meant,
says,
like, in
and
the
then there
sense
was
of, like,
evening, and then there was the next day, the second day. And there was evening, and then there was morning, and the next day. It's literally in order, my guy.
I meant like in the sense of, like the sun, moon, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Let's say
day
the writer that
1, the
wrote
earth
that
was made.
wasn't.
Day 4, 3 days, 24 hours later, the earth. For the sun. So day 1, it literally says day 1, literally, which means 24 hours. And how do I also know it's 24 hours? The sun set, and then it was the next day. So it's literally saying days. And then on day 4, the sun sets, right? And the next day starts. On day 4, the sun is made. So it's younger than the earth. That's not true. We know for a fact the earth is younger than the sun. The Bible is false. How do I know this? The fucking Bible was written by dudes 2,000 years ago that didn't have the evidence for this. We now know that that is false. They also believed the earth was the center of the universe. False. They also said the earth is flat. False. They also said rabbits chew cud. False. They also said donkeys can fucking talk. False. They also said snakes can fucking talk. False. They also said a dude walked on water. False. They also said a dude turned water to wine.
That,
Dionysus.
and, yeah, like the donkey and the serpent talking.
Yeah, that's stupid.
The serpent. That's more of like
Harry Potter doesn't.
allegory.
Actually, Harry Potter does have a talking snake. Harry Potter is just as real as the Bible. Congratulations.
I would say it's more like an allegory than an actual.
Oh, how do you
half the
differentiate
time-
allegory versus literal?
Yeah, like when it has a meaning to it that makes really no sense unless it has to be.
Is
that
there no
something.
meaning to being deceived by a snake?
I mean, there is a meaning to that.
Oh, so there
like
is meaning, therefore it's literal?
Yeah.
Because you just said that allegory is if it has meaning to it?
So like the snake means something, and like in the sense of like it means of how snakes are so sly and slither. It's like more of Satan in that sense as well. How he deceives people. He's sly with it.
Ooh.
He's slick with it.
Ooh, the snake. It's not the devil, my brother. The devil
It's Satan, 100%
is
Satan.
no, it does not say Satan.
Yeah, I'm saying, but like, like the Bible, based off, the Bible, it shows that how the serpent relates to Satan. So,
No, Satan was made up later.
he
Didn't
wasn't.
even
It's-
exist.
He wasn't. I mean, if we go to the book of I believe Revelations. it
Yeah,
said,
brother,
it said
if I'm
fell to
writing a
earth.
book and then later on I decide to add in a character, it's pretty fucking easy to do that. Just because a later book says something doesn't mean it existed in that first book. Just making it up. It's a story written by humans 2,000 years ago to try and make sense of things that didn't make sense yet. That's all it is. It's a story. And then as evidence comes out, we're able to justify whether it's true or not, of which we have learned that it's not. Snakes and donkeys don't fucking talk. Nobody has ever died for 3 days and come back to life. Nobody has walked on water. Nobody is turning water into wine. Okay? Nobody built a fucking Tower of Babel. Okay? None of these stories happened. A global flood, are you kidding me? If you follow the genealogy of that, you can actually see that it happened in the time that China was thriving and farming. It's kind of impossible to do that if the whole world is flooded. On top of, if the entire world is flooded that way, all of plant and marine life would die. Also, there was
I would say,
one window
like,
on
there
that
is
ark. They would have died
there
from
is-
asphyxiation, dude. It literally would have been impossible for them to survive that. They would have died.
I mean, there is proof of like a worldwide, flood in the sense of in the Jurassic period.
Fucking what?
In the Jurassic period.
What about it? What'd you say about it?
I'm in the Jurassic period. When the dinosaurs. It was like 2, 3, some. I don't know, man. But it's called the it's called the Carn something event, something like that. And
You there? Hello? Hello, governor. Okay. We're gonna move on to the next caller. I don't even know how to pronounce that name. Let's get you in here, though. Hello. How can I pronounce your name?
What's up? So you can call inspiration.
Inspiration. Gotcha. Cool. You over the age of 18?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Which
My
religion do you
voice
follow?
sounds like I'm under 18. Hey, that's a compliment.
No, it's just TikTok terms of service. You definitely sound 40.
Oh, pretty close. Yeah, 37.
Yeah. Yeah. Which religion do
Okay,
you follow?
so actually, I follow the universal religion. Because
The fuck is that?
that is the existence, the existence, consciousness, and bliss religion.
You believe in universal consciousness?
I believe you could say that. Yes, you could say that. Yeah, you could say that.
Well, that's dumb. Why do you believe that?
Well, first of all, let's see what is a belief. Like belief in the sense of like how people blind believe in something.
No, it's called faith.
I don't believe like blind.
That's
in
called
order
faith.
for me to
We believe things due to evidence justifying our brain to accept it as true.
yeah. So for me to believe something, first I have to know what is that.
Right. How do you know things?
Okay, so in order for me to know the existence of something, like cosmos exists, I exist, so we have a common thing, the existence,
Yeah, there's evidence for those things. What evidence do you have for universal consciousness?
The evidence for universal consciousness.
Uh-huh.
Well, we share this, so
No, we
like,
don't.
the
What am I
evidence-
thinking right now?
Thinking is not consciousness.
Yeah, it literally is.
No, it's not. Why? Why is it your thoughts consciousness?
Consciousness is an emergent property of the brain.
No, it's not.
To be conscious is to be aware.
They just released all this info much longer ago that consciousness is outside of us.
False.
We just use a...
That is straight up false. What scientist said that?
Prove me why it's false.
Yeah, because our leading theory for consciousness is called global workspace theory, not integrated information theory, what you're talking about. It's inconsistent, inaccurate, and untrue. It's based on panpsychism, which is a philosophy that's just stupid. No, we work with global workspace theory, which provides evidence. Yeah, here, I'll get you the peer-reviewed paper, and then what you're going to do, since you're requiring me to provide my evidence, is you're going to provide evidence for universal consciousness, and the second you pivot, we're going to call you the fuck out for it. So we're going to go to global workspace theory, global workspace theory.
I got you fired up, innit?
Global workspace theory is a cognitive architecture and theoretical framework for understanding consciousness. It was first introduced in 1988 by cognitive scientist Bernard Bars. GWT explains a large...
That's not evidence. That's a description. That's not evidence.
Yeah, it's a description of what it is. Tell me what it is.
So, okay.
Yeah, tell me what global workspace theory is.
I don't know. That's just
exactly. So I'm going to explain it to you and then show you why we know it. Would you like me to continue, or do you want to keep on looking stupid?
No, I want to have a conversation with you. Not to
you told me to provide the evidence, dumbnut. Do you want me to provide the evidence, or do you want to keep on going off on random ass tangents?
You're raging, man. Keep your
Oh
cool.
yeah, I'm raging
It's cool.
wholeheartedly. I'm so angry right
Yeah,
now.
Take a breath.
You're
Take
really
a deep breath.
bad at mind reading.
Okay, so
You told
we
me
started
to
from
provide
the
evidence, so I brought up the explanation for what global workspace theory is, when it came to be, who made global workspace theory, the scientists that peer reviewed it, and then I was going to provide you the evidence that justifies it as true. And then you were going to do the same thing for why you believe consciousness is from some random ass motherfucking source. Does that sound good to you, or do you want to
Okay.
pivot away from your corner? Because you're in a corner right now, and it
I-
looks really embarrassing.
You can continue with your description.
That's what I thought.
And I can...
So it was made in 1988 by cognitive scientist Bernard Bars. It explains a large set of matched pairs of consciousness and unconscious processes by modeling consciousness and higher order cognition as emerging from competition and integrated flows of information across widespread parallel neural processes. Okay, so let's look at the evidence for
Okay,
it.
what means to cognize something? To cognize something, what this mean?
All right, so here's the evidence for global workspace theory. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, and this is in accordance with National Institute of Health. Do you accept them?
Let's just pass this. Tell me the definition, what it says there.
Do you accept National
believe
Institute
it.
of Health as a source?
No.
What source can
But
I
can
use
take
that
what
you
you're
would
reading
accept?
there. I just want to talk with you, not to read from
Yeah,
somebody,
you told
from
you
the
told me
internet.
to do this. Do you remember that part where you told me to provide the evidence for it?
Yeah, because you wanted. You started, and I'm so
No,
kind, and I
you
let
said
you finish what you started.
said provide the evidence for it, and I said bet, and then I started providing the evidence, and you got scared because you're in a corner, and you're gonna have to provide evidence for your dumb claim after I'm done, and you got scared of that because your corner is very dark and cold. So to run
Why
away,
do
you're
you
now
use
telling me
this?
to
Why
not
do you
provide evidence, and you want to pivot to another conversation.
Why do you use this term of dumb?
Oh, because you are. Because I'm in the middle of explaining how we know
You
about
don't-
consciousness, and instead of listening to the explanation and evidence justifying it as true, you want to run and cry out of your corner. I know you're in a corner. It's okay. Be a good boy. Be a good boy. Stay in the corner for a second and learn something today. I'm trying to help you. I know you're almost 40 and believe in fairy tales, but I'm trying to help you out here. I don't want a 50-year-old to believe in Santa Claus, so I'm trying to teach you. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to teach you today. So what you're going to do is be quiet, and you're going to learn something. So sit down in your corner, pull out a paper and pen if you know how to write. I don't know if you know how to read and write because you believe that rocks are conscious according to panpsychism. But here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 evidences. So GWT, Global Workspace Theory, GWT, has evolved into global workspace dynamics, which views the cortex as a unified oscillatory machine and supports dynamic global workspace functions, particularly in the prefrontal cortex. By studying the prefrontal cortex, we can see the neurons firing, how they do it, when they do it, and where they send the firings to. Corticothalamic activity. GWT posits that consciousness is the product of highly integrated and widespread corticothalamic activity, following a long trail of evidence. Let's look at what that evidence is. All right, so now we're on introduction. Where's the abstract? All right, here's the abstract. Far from being some free floater, blah, 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 blah. The best answer is global workspace architecture, blah, 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 blah. Allowed to separate naked eye, they act as integrated system. Okay. GWD is the most current version of GWT, attempting to take into account the complexities of the living brain. GWD of conscious experience is supported by brain evidence, particularly the role of the cortex and thalamus. While the cortex and thalamus look separate to the naked eye, they act as the integrated system. This is in accordance with Linus and Perret in 1991, Edelman and Tanai in 2000, Stariad in 2006, and Freeman in 2007. Those are all physicists or neurologists you can go look at. Stanislas Dehaene and Jean Pierre in Paris have developed experimentally testable models, so you can test this to know if it's true or not, and made further testable claims about the brain basis of visual consciousness, which is by Dehaene in 1998 and Dehaene and Chang in 2011. The Dehane-Chang model and global neuronal workspace theory are part of the larger GW family or related theories. Stan Franklin and colleagues have built on GWT to sketch out more general theory of cognition in LIDA, a computational implementation of GWD, and that's by Franklin in 2012. All right, so there's a bunch of evidence there. Let's look at, do you want more?
I can let you finish, but I also want to add something,
Yeah, where do you think consciousness comes from?
if you let me.
Because the frontal
So-
cortex, central solus,
Yeah.
motor body map,
Yeah.
sensory body map is in the central solus. The posterior
I
of the
think-
brain is the parietal dorsal stream. Occipital part of the brain, the temporal. Like we have
Yeah.
the hippocampus.
Yeah.
We know consciousness is in the brain. You turn off the brain, you turn off
Okay.
consciousness. So where does consciousness come from?
Okay. From breathing.
Your consciousness comes from breathing. How does that work? How do you know that?
Because I know this because I was given birth, same as everybody, same as you, same as all people.
Yeah, you weren't conscious the
And-
second you were birthed.
No, but the minute I started to catch my breath, consciousness began to work.
Yeah. Do you know what oxygen does for the brain?
What oxygen does for the brain?
Yeah.
Of course, dude.
Yeah, oxygen allows the brain to stay alive. Why does that count as you
course.
becoming conscious? Because consciousness is a product of the brain. So you need your brain to be alive. So when you breathed, it kept your brain alive, therefore allowing you to be conscious. So where does your universal consciousness come from, if not from the absolute facts proving it to be in the brain?
Okay, so let's take it step by step. Was the brain the first organ in the forming of the human?
I didn't ask you that. Where does consciousness come from?
No, we need to start from.
No,
a
I
point
know
which
that
is
you
the-
don't like your dark, cold corner, but you're going to stay in that corner until you provide justification for your claim that universal consciousness is true. Where does consciousness
Dude,
come from, and how do you know
cannot
it?
Give me direction. Wake up! You cannot give me direction to.
Oh, I'm
stay or
giving
to
you
go.
everything, especially rhetorical backshots. You're going to stay in that corner
Give
like
me
a
an
good little
answer.
boy.
Give
So
me an
where
answer.
where
Give
does
me- give me
consciousness
an
come
answer.
from?
Give me an answer.
Give me an
from the
answer.
heart,
Where does consciousness come from? You
from the
coward.
heart.
How does the
from the
heart
heart.
produce consciousness? The heart is a muscle.
Because the heart was first.
Where does consciousness come into play?
Are you agree that the heart was first? before
Where does
the brain?
consciousness come into play with the heart? Stop pivoting. You're not going to gaslight me. You're not going to pivot. Sorry that works on everyone else in your life. It doesn't work here. It's pathetic. I deal with it on a daily
No,
basis. So where
I'm
in the
just
heart
asking.
is consciousness? Which part of the heart is consciousness?
In the middle of your heart, in the spark.
What's the
part.
middle of the heart called? You what?
You know what's that? That's your identity.
Here, let's look at the parts of the heart. Okay, you got 4 chambers, 4 valves, 3 tissues layer. Where is it at? Is it in the right atrium? Is it in the right ventricle? Is it in the left atrium? Or is it in the left ventricle? Which part of the heart is consciousness in?
Look, we deviated the
I know you
talk.
did.
Let's
You're in the
keep-
corner, and you're going to be a good little boy and stay in that corner until you demonstrate where
have to let
consciousness
me-
comes from. No, I don't have to let you
give-
do anything except for provide an answer to your claim that universal consciousness is true.
You just
Stay in that
talk-
corner, you good little boy.
you just
Stay in the
talk and
corner,
talk
you
and
good little
talk.
boy. Keep staying in the corner, good
You
little
like
boy.
to
And you're going to
talk.
provide an explanation to where consciousness derives from the heart. Which part of the heart does consciousness come from?
The heart is the seat of the consciousness.
That is another claim. Where? Which part of the heart? There are the
You know
right
why?
atrium, the right ventricle, the left atrium, the left ventricle.
when-
Is it in
when-
one of the
when
valves?
you were
Let's
a
talk about the
little boy-
valves. You have the, I don't
you
even know
were
how
a
to
little
pronounce
boy-
that. Trisupid valve, the pulmonary valve, the mitral valve, the aortic valve. Which one of those valves is it? Is it in a valve? Or is it in an atrium? Is it in a ventricle? Which part of the heart is it in? It's also got
Anyway,
walls and layers. Endocardium,
when you were a little boy-
myocardium, epicardium. Which part of the heart? Stop trying to
Answer
pivot to
this.
stories and tangents. What I'm a little boy
When
does
you were
not
a little
prove.
boy.
Shh, be a good boy. I know the corner is dark and scary. It'll be over soon.
You
It'll
were
be over
thinking,
soon.
you were
No, it'll be
thinking.
over soon. I
No.
know you're scared. It's okay. I'm holding your hand. I know
No,
the
I'm not
corner
scared,
is
dude. I'm
dark.
just
I know it's
asking. You're
scary.
running
I know
away.
it's cold. It's
Why do
okay.
you run away?
Me being a baby is not evidence of which part of the heart
Why do you run
consciousness
away?
comes from.
Why
Stop
do you
running
run
away.
away?
Why are you so scared? It's okay. It's okay. You're just getting rhetorical backshots. It's okay, low tier. So what you're gonna do is provide me which
Give
part
me
of the
the-
heart
give me the
consciousness
answer to
comes
this.
from. Yeah, I need you to give me an answer to your claim that the
Give me
heart
the
is where
answer.
consciousness comes from. So which part of the
When you
heart
were a little
produces
boy,
consciousness? So which
were you
part of the
thinking?
heart? I
Nothing.
know it's scary.
Did you
I
not?
know it's scary. I'm holding your hand. It's
Think when
okay.
you were a little
It's
boy.
okay. It's okay. Which part of the
You know,
heart does
thinking
consciousness come from?
comes after.
Which part of the
So when
heart
you're
does
a little boy,
consciousness come
you
from?
don't think. You like it, no? This kind of stuff.
Which part of the
You like
heart
it.
does consciousness come from? It's okay.
You
It's
are
okay.
so strange, man. You like this.
Which part
You
of the
like this.
heart?
You are so
Which part of the
strange.
heart does consciousness come from? You said the heart produces consciousness. Which part?
You don't have the ability, man. Sorry.
I know you don't. You're incapable of demonstrating your claim is true with any evidence except for I said so, therefore it's true. So which part of the
You're
heart does
using
consciousness
this-
come from?
this wall
Which part of the
to
heart does
escape.
consciousness come from? I know you want to get out of the corner. I'm not allowing it until
You
we get
cannot
through this. It's
escape
okay.
yourself.
It's okay. It's
You
okay.
cannot-
I'm holding your hand. I know the corner is scary. It's dark, cold. It's okay. Which
No,
part of the
I'm
heart does
enjoying this.
consciousness come from?
I'm actually enjoying this.
No, I know you're
I'm
enjoying getting back shots. So which part of the heart does consciousness come from?
Yeah, so your consciousness was before your thoughts.
No, you said that consciousness came from the
I said
heart.
this.
So you're not going to
Yeah.
run out of the corner. Go back into the corner. Scoot back
Yeah.
in. Which part of the heart does
There's no
consciousness
corners.
come from?
There's no corners.
Which
man.
part of the
There's no
heart does
corners.
consciousness come from?
So, thank you for letting me speak.
Which
Okay,
part of the
I
heart does
appreciate it.
consciousness come from?
You don't have to repeat like a robot everything.
You don't have to
I got your point.
repeat tangents and pivots. Which part of the heart does
You're
consciousness come
repeating-
from?
You are repeating the same thing, bro.
Yeah, because you won't answer. Which part of the heart does consciousness come
You're
from?
really good at.
I know you're
this.
really
What
good
I
at
want
being a
to
good
say-
boy in the corner. Which part of the heart does consciousness come from?
So, the heart is the seat of our consciousness.
Where? Where in the
This
heart?
is what I want to say. I cannot say where in the heart.
Yeah, you
because
can. You
that
just
is
said
not
this as a true
proper
claim.
question.
So how do you know it to be true? Which part of the heart has consciousness and how did you test it?
You know how I tested when I was a little boy.
I don't care.
I was.
I couldn't
conscious.
care less. Go back into the corner. Which part of the heart is consciousness in?
And I didn't had any thoughts.
No, I want you
You
to be
know?
in this corner like a good little boy. Keep taking the back shots. Which part of the heart is consciousness in? If you don't respond, I'm just going to kick you because you're a waste of oxygen at this point, and my consciousness is dying off just listening to you. You have 3 brain cells fighting for 50th place. You need some serious mental help. Provide
No,
evidence.
You can close, man. You can freely
Which part
close
of the
this
heart does
conversation
consciousness come from?
as long as you only
Which part of the
speak and you're
heart?
like an
Which part of the
automated
heart does
rabbit.
consciousness come from?
Yeah. Consciousness resides in your heart, man.
Which part
It can
of the
be-
heart does consciousness reside in?
It doesn't make parts, man. Consciousness
The
does not
the
have
heart
parts.
is made up of different parts. You have the right atrium, the right ventricle, the left atrium, the left ventricle,
for the
the
blood.
tricep
That's
and
for the
valve.
blood.
What do you think the heart does, dude?
That's for the blood. The chambers are for the blood, dude.
What do you think the heart does?
You see? The heart is pumping, man.
Yeah. So which part of the heart is consciousness in?
Keeping us alive.
Which part
You
of
know?
the heart is consciousness in? Why are you so scared? I know the corner is scary, but I
I'm
would
not-
love
I'm
for you
not.
to provide an explanation to your crazy ass claim that the heart holds consciousness. Which part of the heart holds consciousness?
Yeah. The spark part. Where does the
All right,
spark?
we're gonna let him go. It's just running in
originate?
circles, and he's too scared. So that'll just go on forever. It was 16 minutes of back shots. Got a little bit annoying. Got a lot going on in chats. Gabby Cry Harder, thanks for the engagement. We're working on a new holy water flavor. What? What are you talking about? That's a good question, Belly. Chat is so low value. Oh yeah. YouTube chat is where it's at. They know what's up. What's up, YouTube? I see you, my true loves. All right, I'm gonna go get a glass of water real quick. We're gonna throw on a song to piss off the Christians, and I'll be right back. Next. I'm gonna get Sykes. He's been waiting. What's up, Sykes?
Hey, how's it going?
All right, going all right. You over the age of 18?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, which religion do you follow?
I believe in Jesus Christ.
Okay, why should I? What you got for me?
Well, one, atheism doesn't have
What is
a
atheism?
foundation that is compatible with reality, in my opinion. So, ruling out atheism, then we get into why not believe in, I guess, Islam or Judaism or the other religions. And I would say that the most compelling case for why Christianity is the truth is because of Jesus Christ and the historical record that we have of what he did when he was on earth. So that would be the, I guess, foundation for.
You done?
Pretty much, yeah.
What does atheist mean?
What does atheist mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, its definition, I believe, as defined, is the lack of belief or disbelief in a god or gods.
Correct.
And
So
I
how is a
suppose
lack
Jesus
of
Christ.
belief incompatible with reality?
Well, if you lack a belief in God, then your alternative is the implication that existence was a result of random chance.
Yeah.
And a magical asteroid that
Nope.
hit Earth. And
We have evidence of
No?
this asteroid. What evidence do you have for God?
what was that?
Yeah, we have evidence that an asteroid came to Earth and that rocks from space have all the amino acids for life, what evidence do you have for a God? Because mine is not magical. Yours is magical. I have evidence justifying my beliefs. You have none. Yours is magic.
saying
You
amino
believe that
acids-
nothingness was created. How crazy is that?
Well, hold on. You're saying that amino acids just formed into life?
No,
with
they exist in
nothing-
space.
Okay, and then they came to Earth and they formed into life. That is your conclusion.
Yeah,
right?
inorganic matter can become organic matter, and all the rest of the building blocks of life, including all of the amino acids needed to create life, are naturally formed. How do we know this to be true? Miller-Urey did some tests where he was actually able to successfully get inorganic material into being organic matter.
Yeah, by creating the necessary conditions
Yeah,
necessary
early
for
Earth. Early Earth. He recreated early Earth.
So, it wasn't
So
natural
yes,
then,
so it happened.
but it wasn't natural. because
Yes, he
interacted
remade
with it.
early Earth. So early Earth, we know
Yeah.
that inorganic matter can become organic matter. Thank you for agreeing with me. So what evidence
He-
do you have that
wait,
God
hold on.
magically
He
created humans from
implemented early
nothingness?
Earth, so he
So what evidence
interacted-
do you have that God created humans
Wait.
from nothingness? Because
Why
I have
are we skipping
evidence.
over that? Why are we skipping over the
Hey,
early Earth?
you wanna see
asserting
something
you haven't
really
proven
quick?
that?
You wanna see something really cool, dude? Well, check this
I
out.
want you to
Check this out.
justify your position.
Sykes, check this out. Check this out. A, the burden's not on me. I know, check this out. I know nothing about anything. Why should I believe God did it? Watch this burden of proof forced back onto you. How you like that? Why should I believe God
Well-
made humans? Check
Well,
this
you
out.
made a claim and you haven't proven it. So
Oh,
I'm
I
just
made
trying
no
to
claim.
make sure that- Yeah, you did. You said
No, I
that
know nothing about
Miller-Urey-
anything. I have no clue how life came about. I have no clue where we came from. Prove God did it. See
Wait,
how
hold on,
fun
you
this
just
is?
so now you're just denying what you already said.
Oh yeah, I'm backpedaling to
coping?
fuck with you. 100% to fuck with
You're
you and show
coping.
you how
This is
ridiculous
what
your
coping
burden
looks like.
shifting is.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're
Oh,
coping.
I know nothing about human life. Can you demonstrate why I should believe God made it?
But why are you coping now? I
No.
don't understand.
Can you stop pivoting?
I'm not pivoting. You believe in a magical asteroid that dropped
False.
off
I don't
human
know where life
beings.
came from. Why should I believe
Well, you
God
just
made
said that
life?
You did. You said that.
Oh, I
Miller-Urey
backpedaled and I'm
proved
changing
it.
my mind for the sake of argument. So why should I
You're-
believe
so
God
you're
made it?
coping, in other words.
Oh, sure.
That's
Yeah,
what you're
I'm
doing.
coping. So why should I believe God made it?
Well, I already gave you the answer. Weren't you listening?
Oh, yeah. So I don't believe in that. So why should I believe God made it?
Okay, so you're coping.
Yep,
You're
I'm
saying
coping.
you're not-
Why should
you're
I
not
believe God
believing
made
in it.
people?
It's just like special pleading, right?
No. Define
I don't
special
believe in
pleading.
it. Yeah, special pleading.
Define that.
You haven't given a reason for why you don't believe it.
What
You
is
haven't
special
given any
pleading?
evidence for the Miller-Urey hoax.
Oh, you haven't provided
you're
me
coping.
any evidence that I should believe God made people. Why should I believe that?
Well,
Nobody's ever
like I
given me
said,
evidence.
The alternative of believing in a magical asteroid that drops
No,
human
but you have to
beings
provide a
off on Earth
justification
is
for your
not
claim. Your claim is that God made
valid
people. Why should I believe that?
and can't be justified.
So why
You're
should I
coping.
believe that God made people?
Why should you believe that God made people?
Yeah.
Because he's all powerful and can do anything.
He's all powerful? Can he make a rock too heavy for him to lift?
Oh, so you're appealing to paradoxes now?
Yeah.
Is that where atheism is at? Are you
You said
serious?
he's all powerful. Is he capable of making a rock too heavy to lift?
Hey, Coach, can you create a square circle for me?
Yeah, no, I'm not claiming to be all
You're an
powerful.
idiot.
Go ahead.
Are
Is
you-
God
are
all
you really
powerful?
this
Go ahead.
stupid?
Is God all
Wait,
powerful?
bro,
Go
you're
ahead.
appealing to paradoxes and
Is
you're
God all
claiming
powerful?
victory.
Go ahead.
This is like
Is
Why
God all
atheism
powerful?
on
Hey, I know the
steroids and
corner is
extremes?
scary. I know the corner is scary and you don't like your burden of proof, but you have to accept it.
Bro,
I'll hold your
appealing
hand.
to paradoxes
So,
is not
is your
a
God
valid
all
form of
powerful?
argumentation.
Is
Where
your
did you
God
get
all
this shit from?
powerful?
Hey, chat, put a 1 in the chat if you think that appealing to paradoxes is a valid form of argumentation.
I'm not appealing to a
Go ahead.
paradox. You are.
Yeah, that is exactly what you did. You asked me.
No,
to prove
you
a
appealed to a
spiritual-
paradox. You said God is all powerful. I'm asking you if this is possible for an all powerful God.
When people say all powerful, they don't mean that you can do.
Oh, do you want to
paradoxes,
backpedal and
idiot.
change it to
Now you're
maximally
coping
great?
again.
I know
Oh
you're
my
coping.
goodness,
This is so
bro.
low tier. This
How
is so
long
low
have you
tier.
done
You're
this
getting
for?
rhetorical backshots in the corner right now. Would you
Bro,
like to
you're appealing
demonstrate
to
how it's
paradoxes and
possible?
claiming victory.
Would you
Why
like
would
to?
anyone take you
You're appealing
seriously?
to a paradox. You said God is all
No, I'm
powerful.
not.
Yeah, you are. You said
You
God is all
just did the
powerful.
typical
Hey, is God
rock
all
too heavy
powerful? Is
bullshit,
God
and
all
then you're
powerful?
saying that
Is
you
God all
won.
powerful? Is God all
Bro, I can't
powerful?
take you
Is
seriously,
God
I'm
all powerful?
sorry.
We can't take you seriously, dude. Is God all? Oh, he ran. Coward. He didn't like the corner. He just doesn't like backshots, dude. Can we get some running man in chat? He didn't like that. I love when they burden shift hella hard, because all we have to do is say, I know nothing about anything. Why should I believe you? That's all we have to do. Literally. Yeah, he caved the second I brought up the paradox that he's claiming as true. All right, let's get in Freemason. Very interesting. Ooh, very interesting. I love the Masons. What is up?
Hey, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, I can. Are you over the age of 18,
Okay.
brother?
Yes, I am.
Okay, which religion do you follow?
I have a personal question. Why are you so aggressive with
Yeah,
me?
which religion
Like,
do you
I
follow?
even agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, which religion do you
But
follow?
why you so aggressive, dude?
Which religion do you follow?
I believe in the universe.
Okay.
Period.
You believe that the universe made all people. Awesome. I can grant that. We're in agreement. Cool. You have yourself a good day, brother. Let's get Tyreek in here. Tyreek was talking in chat. I'm glad we got a concession from the last guy. What is up, Tyreek? It's a dope-ass name, by the way. I love that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Are you over the age of 18?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Which god or religion do you follow?
It's Christianity.
Okay, cool. Why should I?
Believe in God. Okay. There's a form of no fact I could teach you how to believe in Him. Or
I'm sorry. You're really quiet. Are you able to get any louder?
Yes. Hello?
Here, I'm going to turn you up real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, give me a mic test.
Yaka.
Okay, chat, can you hear him? Turned it up a little bit more. Yeah? Okay, cool. You're able to be heard. Sweet. Okay, I'm so sorry for that. It's just I want to make sure that they can hear you. So, you said experience. Continue.
Okay. Let me restart. God can come to anybody in the form of life.
I don't want him to come on me or in me.
And in the life that are in the clouds right now.
What is up with God coming? Jesus has been coming for 2,000 years. Does he have a doctor for that yet?
In the ending, there's going to be a point where it's going to get tricky for the non-believers to go to his sanction area he has for his believers, which is the new earth. God is...
What? Hello, we lost you? I'd become a believer if Jesus came on me. Okay, it looks like we lost you there, dude. I'm gonna drop you, but if you want to re-request, I'm gonna get the next guy up. Life is good, and if you re-request, we'll get you back up here, bro. It sounded like we lost you though. What is up, Life? I like that name. That's a good name. What's the PFP saying?
Over 18.
Okay, wonderful. Which religion do you follow?
When do you start doing this?
Which religion do you follow?
When do you start doing this? Are you doing it on
Which
only on
religion
TikTok,
do
or
you follow?
when do you catch him?
What's up, H1?
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
Doing good.
All right. Are you over the age of 18?
Yeah.
Okay. Which religion do you follow?
I'm a Reformed Christian.
Okay, awesome. What you got for me today?
Well, I think that people by nature don't believe in God because they're enemies of God. That is, they hate God.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I think people by their nature, they're separated from God. They hate God.
Oh, hate God.
So, yeah.
How can I hate something that
So,
doesn't exist?
well, that's, yeah. But you do, though.
No.
You don't hate God.
How can I hate something that doesn't exist?
but someone in the comments just mentioned about something about coming and Jesus, and you laughed.
Yeah, Jesus has been
So
coming for 2,000 years. It's absolutely hilarious. He needs a doctor.
yeah, so there's something in you. There's that natural
You don't find that
hatred,
funny?
and no.
Oh, we just have a
There's
different sense of humor then. It's not me being angry. I just find it funny. What evidence do you have that I'm angry?
Well, it's the things that make you laugh, the things that make you angry. You
Things
have a
make. What
natural.
is laughing? Does laughing entail anger or does it entail happiness?
Well, it can entail anger to a certain degree. It's mockery. So
Mockery
I
is
mean,
not hatred.
so you mock people you love.
All the time. I get mocked all the time by
Well,
people I love. Are you kidding me? It's fun. It's a sense of humor, dude. It doesn't equate to anger.
yeah, but there's a natural disposition in you that is
Yeah,
at
which
enmity
college
against
did you
God.
get your mind reading degree from?
That's not the issue that we're talking
Yeah,
about.
it is. You're pretending you're able to read my mind. Where did you get your mind reading degree from?
No, I'm not pretending to read your mind.
Yeah, you
I'm
are. You're
just
saying
saying
that I feel something in my mind and I think a certain way. You are telling me what I think and feel. So therefore,
Yeah,
you
I've,
believe you can mind read.
yeah, I've just come on your live 5 minutes ago,
Yeah,
and
and
I've
I thought something was
noticed that
funny, and you're pretending to mind read. And what I'm telling you I thought was funny and isn't anger, you're telling me in my mind is actually anger, and I just don't know what I'm thinking. You're saying that you can mind read me better than I can tell you what I feel.
yeah, but it's the things that make
You
you
just
laugh. It's
agreed.
the
You just
things
said, yeah. You just agreed that you're trying to mind read me, even though I told you that it's not true. So I'd like to get off of this very pointless tangent that you just tried to bring up. Why should I believe in your God?
Well, you don't have to believe in him. That the Bible sets
Oh,
that
wonderful. We have no
prerequisite.
purpose in
So
talking then. If you have 0 point you want to bring up
yeah,
and
but
my prompt says,
of
why should I
course
believe in
you
your
would.
God? And you don't want to provide any reasonings, then we're done here. Does that sound about right?
You'll end in hell. That's fine. That's up to
Why
you.
should I believe in hell?
Again, you don't have to.
Oh,
That's
wonderful.
up to
You
you.
have yourself
But
a good
you're
day.
you
All right, we got some super chats to read out, ladies and gents. Let me go on ahead and get this popped up real quick. We're going to do this. And then we're going to... 1 second. Let me get it up. Give me 1 moment. Just got to adjust some things on the camera to be able to get the super chats on the screen. I'm sorry. Be patient. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ah! Ah! No! There it is. Okay, so let's get... First up, we got Collapse with the $2 super chat. I roast Tiny Hands Cody because I appreciate him. See? Mockery is extremely funny. It's actually a form of humor. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next one. Thank you for the super chat, Collapse. Oh, look at that. We got ourselves a new Unicorn Prophet. W's to Nowheart for joining the Unicorn Prophets. They are part of the Unicorn cult now. Hell yeah. Love that. Welcome. Everyone give a good welcome. And then we got one more from Darth. Let's get you in here, man. All right. From Darth, we got $5 super chat. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Darth. We love you. In the Middle Ages, they had bells on graves for people who weren't actually dead because of a medical science simply not being as advanced. That's very true, too. It's crazy. We've come such a long way. I love it. I love it. Appreciate you guys for the new Unicorn Profit and for we got a new we got all those super chats. Collapse it, another one. Oh my goodness gracious, Collapse. All right, I'm gonna get you back up. I'm gonna get you. Don't worry. I'm gonna get you back up. I'm gonna get you. Don't worry. Pookie Bear, I got you. Don't worry, Pookie Bear. Okay. Transition. I need more subs on TikTok to start going live. Shout me out, Cody. Okay, go on ahead and follow Collapse on TikTok. What's your TikTok? Comment on TikTok. Comment in the TikTok chat so we can get you in there. All right. All right, we're going to go ahead and get Spank up here next. What is up, Spank?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
This is all I want to say. I'm not gonna be here for too long. All right.
Are you
This
over the
is
age
for
of
the chat. It's
18?
not for you specifically.
Oh,
I don't
cool.
believe.
I didn't ask. Chris, let's get you in here. And what is up, Chris?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, going all right, man. You over the age of 18?
Yes, I am.
All right. Which religion do you follow?
Christian.
Cool. Why should I?
Oh, not why should you? Like, I'm not gonna try and prove it to you. I just want to ask you a question.
Then what are you doing here?
How do you think we?
The prompt says, why should I believe in your God? I don't know. Why should I believe your God did it?
No, I understand that, but based on science, do you believe in evolution?
Oh, that's a good question. Why should I believe your God did it?
Huh?
Oh, I don't know anything about anything. Why should I believe your God did it? You see how this works? You have a claim, and I'm asking why I should believe your claim. So now you have to justify why I should believe your claim. If you don't want to do that, you can drop down, and I can let the next person up. You're the one with the burden of proof, though, not me.
Well, okay. Like the Fibonacci sequence that shows intelligent design.
Oh, how does Fibonacci demonstrate a mechanism causal relation from a God to the universe?
It didn't happen randomly.
It says who? Where in Fibonacci does it show that a God did it?
Because it's a repeating pattern throughout all of nature.
So how does it show that the mechanism in which God did a cause to the effect being the Fibonacci sequence? Where does God come in? You have to show the mechanism that shows a cause and relation.
The cause and relation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is how justification works. When I make a claim like I can fly like Superman, you have no reason to believe me. And it's not your job to disprove me. It's my job to prove myself.
Okay. For example, you could say, I don't believe in gravity because I can't see it.
I can do that, absolutely. And then someone can say, here is the justification for gravity, which is going to be space-time curvature and the law of gravity, which when you drop things like this, there's proof of gravity. So what evidence do you have to justify a belief in your God?
That is what I'm saying. The Fibonacci sequence shows intelligent design.
How does it show intelligent design?
Because you can't have the same repeating pattern like that. Like it just doesn't happen randomly.
No, I asked you, where does it show that it's something made it that way?
Because of the sequence.
Which part of the sequence shows that something made it to be that way? Which number?
What do you mean, which number?
Fibonacci is a mathematical.
It's like 3 point.
It's geometry.
No, that's pi. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's like 2.813 or something like that. The golden ratio or whatever.
Yeah, which part of that justifies a belief that something made it that way?
All right, you're stumping me on that because
I know, because there's no evidence for God. So this is called natural phenomenon. The universe in and of itself, its natural state is order. Energy cannot be created. Energy exists, therefore it's always existed. Energy works in certain ways, which are the physics that we describe of the universe. Like gravity is the universe. We're just describing how it works. Fibonacci is part of that sequence of the universe having order in and of itself. The cause being energy works in certain ways.
See now that so
Oh, you don't
we
agree?
just happened. So now that's what I'm saying. Now that's the other thing. We
You,
just
wait,
happened to
you don't
land
agree with what I said? Which part of what I said is wrong?
because it didn't just happen randomly. Like the
I
Earth
didn't say
didn't
that.
just
I said
land in
which
the.
part of what I said is wrong. Was it my talking
You'll
point
have to
about
repeat
gravity?
that.
Do you not agree with me
No,
saying
you're.
gravity is natural?
Yeah.
Okay, how does gravity work?
Uh, uh, Big objects are attracted to. Big
Why?
objects attract smaller objects
Why?
because of mass.
How? You believe God did this, correct? So you should be able to show me the causal mechanism that a God is doing it.
God, what are you saying? Like that God's up there going, "Oh, I got to make gravity work today."
Is that what you believe?
No, that's what. So I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Wonderful. So do you believe that God made gravity?
Yes.
Okay, why do you believe that and how do you demonstrate it?
Now I would say the Bible, but if you don't believe in the Bible, then that saying that God created the universe obviously is not going to work.
Well,
You're
why
looking
should
for
I believe that
scientific
God
proof.
created the universe?
No, but what I'm saying is, are you looking for like scientific proof?
Well, you're talking about scientific claims, so yes, you have to provide
No.
demonstrable
What I'm
evidence
saying
for it.
is nature shows us
Nature is
God.
science, brother. So yes, I would require scientific proof.
Wait, but that's no. Hold on. Let's continue down this hole.
Oh, you like
If
this
you
pivot?
don't think if you don't think that we were created by God,
Why should I believe that?
Huh?
Why should I believe that?
No, but what I'm saying is then what do you believe?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Why should I believe we were created by God?
Oh my
That's your
gosh,
claim.
that's what I was saying. Then there's no. If I don't know what you believe, then there's no way that I
It
don't
doesn't
have
matter
anything
what
to
I
go on.
believe. You're the one with the claim telling me how things work, so you should
No,
demonstrate how things work.
I'm no.
This is called the burden
No,
of
that's
proof. I know you don't like the corner. It's okay. It's cold and
no,
dark, but
that's
I'm
what I'm
holding your
saying.
hand.
No, I'm not.
It's okay. I'm holding
No,
your
no.
hand. You have a claim that this is the way that things work. You need to demonstrate it and why we should believe it. This is called the
I
burden
am
of proof.
trying to demonstrate it, but what I mean is,
No, what you're doing
like,
is shifting the
if
burden of proof onto me. You're saying if I can't explain something better than you, then you are correct. But that's not how this works. I don't have to know anything about anything. You're still telling me you know something to be true, and you still have to prove it.
that is what I'm trying to tell you.
Right. So how do you know that
It's
God created the universe? That was the claim that you last made.
okay because as far as I know, unless some sort of breakthrough has happened, man has never created life out of nothing.
Correct. Nobody says that nothingness created something. What is nothingness?
No, what I'm saying is like, okay.
What's
According to the
nothingness?
hold on, wait a minute. According to the Bible, God made us out of dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And
Where
what
did
I'm
that dirt
saying
come from?
is, oh my gosh, the universe.
Where did the universe
I
come
don't
from?
know. Don't know.
Oh, you don't know, so God isn't the
No.
answer.
But
I'm glad that you
what
conceded that God isn't the answer. Well, I'm glad that we're in agreement. I hope that you have yourself a good day. We're going to move on to the next theist, though. Your deconstruction journey will be perfectly fine. Just look for other people that think like-minded, and there's lots of people out there to help you out. You have yourself a good day. I appreciate you, Krish. All right. That was fucking ridiculous. Man, we just know because the Bible said so. Well, how do you know that that's true? Well, it says it right there on the piece of paper written by a man. Why should I believe that? Well, it says it, and it's God's word. How do you know that? Well, you just do. It doesn't make sense for it to be any other way. What? Prove that. What? Da 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 da. Na, 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 na. How's everyone doing? You guys doing good? I think you need a disclaimer for intelligent arguments. There's no such thing as intelligence in Christianity. All right, we're going to get on to Shemaiah. We're at 18,000 likes on TikTok as well. Keep on sharing that out. And if you guys haven't followed already, go on ahead and follow. This is our backup channel. Our regular channel is called Evidence First. If you guys want to go follow that as well, we post daily TikToks, and we're also on YouTube as well. Go on ahead and follow on both platforms. Let's get Shemaiah up in here. What is up, Shemaiah?
Hey.
Hi there. Are you over the age of 18?
Yes.
All right. Which religion do you follow?
Christianity.
Okie dokie. Why should I?
It's just like, do you know oxygen? You can't see it.
What year were
but-
you born in?
Shut up, ugly.
18 months. Shut up, ugly. Matt, let's get you in here. Who let them out of kindergarten? It's Sunday, bro. There ain't no school today. All right. Matt wasn't able to join. Tyreek is requesting up again, though. They should be in church. That's true.
Yeah.
What's up, Tyreek? All right, what you got?
So, just from there is the highest of all people, of all humans, of all the people who claim to be as gods, but are just false gods at the end of the day. Fallen angels don't stay intact with a life for that long because of what's gonna happen.
Dude,
in
what the
end
fuck are you
times.
going off about? What is this
If
tangent?
No one
What's the point?
believes in the rapture if you're not gonna be focused on
He's just here to
today's
preach.
subject of believing in God.
You have yourself a bad day. Is bro high? Most definitely. Okay, well, we got one more. H1 is requesting up again. We're going to give them another shot. H1, what you got?
Yo. So I think you should believe in God because, as a natural thinking person, I think you would like to believe in justice.
I do believe in justice. We have laws in place for that, and it's based on grounded empathy in society and cultures. What evidence do you have that a God grounds justice?
What I'm saying is that not all justice is accomplished in this material world.
Therefore, your God's a failure. Because your God made the
No,
world, and
because-
he is the all-powerful grounding for justice, and if justice isn't fulfilled, then your God's a failure. So why should I believe that God grounds justice?
God created this world, but this isn't the only
So
world.
he just really fucking sucks at creating worlds? Because his world fucking sucks. We have all sorts of people starving to death. We have Epstein Island that happened. We have an orange Dorito as a president that likes to commit genocide. Like, your God fucking sucks if he's an engineer.
And yet, with all those things, you still believe that justice is fully fulfilled in this world.
No, I don't. Who the fuck said that? Why are you
Exactly.
so bad at mind reading?
Exactly.
You really
but
suck at
said
it.
You said you believe in justice in this world.
Yeah,
You said
we
there's laws
ground
in
our
place.
justice in laws and based in empathy as social creatures in society and cultures. That does not mean that I believe all justice is fulfilled. It means we have it in place, grounded in something. You're saying God grounds it. Demonstrate that.
God created this world. This isn't
Prove
the
it.
only world.
How do you know that
You,
he
it's the
created
only
this
world.
world?
To you, it's the only world.
What
Therefore,
other
it is
world
a
have you
messed up world.
observed?
There is another world, a
Which
spiritual
world? Which one? How do you know that?
To me, it's just the most plausible, the most rational.
How is it plausible? Plausibility requires evidence being in mathematics, physics, and logic, even without demonstration. But even plausibility is not equated to truth because there's no demonstration of truthfulness. So again, I'm going to ask you, how do you know that there's a spiritual realm? Why should I believe it?
Well, I believe in ultimate justice.
I don't care. I asked you how you know there's a spiritual realm.
You don't believe in ultimate justice.
I asked you, how do you know there's a spiritual realm? I know the corner is scary. It's okay. Just sit like a good boy and explain how you know there's a spiritual realm.
You don't believe in ultimate justice.
Are you enjoying these back shots? Why do you know that there is a spiritual realm?
Are you enjoying asking questions and not liking to be challenged back?
Oh,
That's how discussion works.
how does my justice work? I have no clue. Demonstrate that God grounds it. You want to pivot again? I could do this all motherfucking day. Stay in that corner, good boy.
Okay, so you don't believe in ultimate justice.
No, I said I don't know. So how do you know that God grounds justice? Enjoy that corner.
God is
Oh, actually,
God is
we have a
eternal.
professional witness up in here. Here, I'm going to let Johnny deal with you because you're just annoying.
Yo, what's up?
Have fun with this guy.
I mean, I'll go ahead and let you start over. That way we can get the base point. So you're saying God is the only form of justice there is?
Yeah, that's correct. He has means. Obviously, he gave the Ten Commandments. He gave other laws. He gave guidance for how society should institute those laws. Those laws are the
Okay,
backbone
so
of justice in this world, but there's still ways of evading justice. You know, not every person who commits hideous crimes is ever brought to justice in this world. Some people are
let's go
protected.
point by point. Let's not monologue. Point by point. All right. So, if God is the source of justice, okay, that would ultimately mean that he's responsible for creating a system which justice can occur all the time, every time, right?
Yeah, but then the world would be wiped out immediately.
Okay, so that goes back to God's creator. He created an imperfect thing, which either means he's malicious or he's not competent.
Well, it's only malicious if you look at it from your standpoint, which is temporary and materialistic in this world only. But God is
No.
eternal. He has all eternity to work out justice. You only have this world.
No, sir. So if you look at ignoring the divine, okay, if you look at a craftsman and they intentionally make something below their capability, that is malicious crafting. They're intentionally making something inferior to what they're capable of. That makes them an expert, and they may be an expert, okay, but it makes them incredibly, I wouldn't even know, there's plethora of words for it, but at the end of the day, like, you're a shitty craftsman because you aren't making something to your capability. Inept. There we go. Thank you. Chat's wonderful. So you're saying that God is the foundation for justice, okay? But his foundation is so inherently flawed that justice regularly does not happen. In fact, injustice happens more often than justice.
Because to you, justice should be carried out immediately on the spot.
Did I ever say that?
That's what you're implying, though. You're
No, I'm
implying
not.
because God leaves it to a later time to carry out justice, therefore God's not just.
No, there's plenty of instances where justice is never served.
I agree. That's why
Okay,
I believe in God.
This is going roundabout really quick. So you're saying you believe in a God that allows for bad things to happen because he gave us the ability to allow bad things to happen, even though he's supposedly all powerful, and best practice would be just not allow bad things to happen in the first place. Like this,
Yeah,
because
but
and forgive my assumption, but I'm going to take the liberty of assumption just because you've made so many thus far. Based off your accent, I would say heavy, like Baptist Christian or Catholicism is what you believe in.
yeah, I'm a Reformed Christian. I believe Roman Catholicism is pagan.
Okay, fair enough. So I forgive me. I'm trying to get my points together because this is a little bit frustrating from my point of view.
I suppose.
So ultimately, there would be no need for forgiveness if your God did things correctly in the first place.
By correctly, you mean he made a world of robots that were incapable of making their own choice?
Pause. Before the sin and fall of the world, did Adam and Eve love God?
Before the fall?
Yeah.
Yes.
So in the supposedly perfect world, we would still love him and have free will. There you go. All right, Johnny, continue.
And just to go back to the creationist story, okay, we couldn't even make it to a population of 4 before we started offing each other.
Correct.
That's a very low sample size. You think he would have realized the problem before it became this systemic. Like, your low sample rate, if 33% of your sample is malfunctioning or doing something actively against your wishes, that's the time to fix it, not thousands of years later.
How thousands of years later?
Do you know the biblical timeline?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the time gap between First Genesis and Second Genesis?
First Genesis and I don't know, honestly. I couldn't say. Maybe it could be weeks. I don't know.
Okay.
Do you remember the begots in the Bible?
The begots, as in, could you give me an example? What you mean there? The begots?
Yeah, the pages of and Joseph begot, etc. This person begot. Right. So we have a timeline based on that because we go from Adam all the way down to current. That's how we know these timelines.
Yes.
Yeah, so like the Bible in its whole was written over thousands of years. His knowledge, per the Bible, his knowledge was dispensed over thousands of years when from go, the third thing that he was responsible for creation started showing faults. Like that at best that's a severe lag, and at worst that's intentional.
And yes, I believe it is intentional. I believe it's to accomplish God's plans and purposes.
So your God is
that
malicious.
Only
he allows genocide and starvation just for the shits and giggles. He's malicious.
Well, it doesn't say that. That's not my framework. That's your view.
But so
yeah.
Once again, back to the problem. Why should we believe in your God? Okay. And I'm not atheist, by the way. I just don't believe in the Abrahamic God.
Okay.
That alone, like you have yet to sufficiently explain why we should, just off the principle of justice. Because, like, my religion explains justice as, yeah, gods don't control people, okay? People have free will. God's just set rules for the best way to live. And if you want to ignore that, that's on you. Bad things happen when you ignore it. But ultimately, that's your choice. The punishment is you aren't living the best way you can, not hellfire and brimstone. So
you, yeah.
Shoot, I think connection's dropping. Am I
So
back?
you don't believe in hell then?
Give us a reason to.
I believe in Helheim.
A reason? Justice.
No, I'm saying give a reason to believe that. You haven't
That's
even
a
been able to
logical
ground
reason.
justice. No. How do you know that this hell exists? Justice is not an explanation in how you demonstrate that this place exists. That's just another claim.
That's why it's called a belief. I can only give
No,
evidence.
it's called
I can't
faith
prove,
and
I can't
indoctrination.
Prove it.
You believe it without evidence and you believe it uncritically. I'm asking you to provide a critical thought behind it that explains the mechanism in which demonstrates that the place exists. I can demonstrate that the Washington, D.C. exists due to photographs, due to going and seeing it, due to videos, due to geology. I have so many evidences that can point to these places existing, to these people existing. You're claiming that this place exists. Demonstrate why the fuck I should believe that.
Yeah, and so I believe there is evidence.
Okay, so fucking provide it. Proof, by definition, means to provide evidence and facts leading to a true conclusion. I don't need absolute fucking certainty. I don't believe that exists. I want you to prove to me with evidence and facts that the conclusion that hell exists is true. That is the definition of proof. Your turn.
I believe the Bible is God's word. I believe
Why?
Jesus Christ is God.
Why do you believe the
Why-
Bible is
yeah,
God's word?
Because it's
Makes the
historically
Bible credible.
Because
Yeah,
it's historically credible. Genesis 1:1 contradicts facts and science. We know for a fact that the earth is younger than the sun, yet Genesis 1:1 and 1:14 say otherwise. It is not historically reliable. It's not scientifically reliable. It's all full of shit. In history, no snake has ever fucking talked, nor has a donkey. It's not historically reliable at fucking all. There's so many contradictions. Who killed David? Or who killed Goliath? Was it David or the other guy that's talked about? There's so many. Who was the first person to the tomb? We have no fucking clue. Each story, the 4 stories, have like 5 different answers. I don't fucking know. It's contradictory. So how do I know that hell exists? How do you know that the fucking Bible was written by a god? The historicity and accuracy does not align with that being true at all. I just provided 3 reasons.
In fact, your Bible says it's not written by God. It's written by man interpreting the word of God. So we know that people are absolutely infallible. We should trust everything everybody says. That would get us so many good places. But yeah, Bible's super reliable.
Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah, I mean, there's archaeological evidence confirms places, kings, events.
Yeah, so does Spider-Man. New
eyewitness
York
accounts.
exists. Congratulations, Spider-Man doesn't. Just because real places exist doesn't mean that actions taking place in these places is true.
The Grimm's fairy tale books have more historical accuracy than the Bible.
Okay, that's an assumption. That's not really evidence. That's not really.
That is factual.
That doesn't undermine the evidence I'm presenting.
Not to mention, most of the Bible, the writers are anonymous. The people within the Bible are anonymous. Like, you can't have an anonymous witness, so there are no witnesses in the Bible.
Yeah, the Gospels are completely anonymous, brother.
There are the apostles.
No, there's not.
There's no apostles in the Bible then.
Why do you believe there are apostles? Because of the Gospels. The Gospels of which are anonymous. The names were attributed in the 2nd century by Irenaeus. We have no fucking clue who wrote them. So why do you believe that the story is true? How do you know that they existed? Do you have DNA? Do you have bones? Do you have graves, etc.? Do you have evidence justifying it? Or do you just have a piece of paper that says so and you believe it because your parents told you to?
No, I don't believe it because my parents told me
Then
to.
explain
There are
the evidence that
thousands.
justifies the belief in them, because it's anonymous and I don't have any justification to believe that the stories are fucking real. Name one contemporary
There are
witness to these stories. One.
there are thousands of manuscript evidence.
The manuscripts are 100% all copies. There's not a single original manuscript. The original manuscripts are this long of credit card sized, destroyed fucking pieces of papyrus. So again, I'm going to ask you for the 48,000th fucking time, what contemporary witness is there to demonstrate the justification and belief that these stories are true?
Sorry, I'm back.
Fun fact, it doesn't fucking exist. There's not one single contemporary witness of Jesus. Not one. Doesn't exist. No Roman, no Jew, no Gentile, nada. Doesn't historically exist. Well, what about Pilate? What about Josephus? What about Tacitus? Josephus, talked about Zeus as well. Just because someone talks about something being believed doesn't make it true. Josephus never met him, and neither did Tacitus, and Pliny never wrote about him. So there's no justification to believe in it.
The Talmud.
The Talmud has nothing to do with Jesus. Congratulations. So what evidence do you have for contemporary evidence and witnesses?
It mentions Jesus. The Talmud mentions Jesus. You said there's no other sources of Jesus except what the pages of the Bible say.
Okay. Yes, the Talmud talks about Yeshua. When is the Talmud made? The Talmud does not have a clear author associated with its creation, but it is believed to have been compiled over centuries by various anonymous scholars. The name Yeshua, which is used in the Talmud, is derived from the Hebrew name Yeshua and is often interpreted as reference to Jesus. As an interpretation, interesting, so there's no actual contemporary witness. Although some scholars argue that it may have other meanings, so it doesn't actually necessarily mean Jesus. The Talmud contains references to Jesus, particularly in the form of Yeshua, but these references are often seen as part of a broader context of Jewish literature. They're not universally accepted as historical accounts of Jesus. So again, we don't even know if the Talmud is talking about Jesus, as I just fucking said. Why do we say that? Because there's not one single contemporary witness of Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach, existing in all of history. It doesn't fucking exist. Well, you don't believe in Genghis Khan then? False. We have fucking relatives of Genghis Khan. Well, what about Julius Caesar? Contemporary witnesses. What about Socrates? Well, we have contemporary witness. Congratulations. What about George Washington? Again, we have contemporary witnesses. We have fucking writings from him and his own autograph. What about contemporary? Would name one contemporary fucking witness or relative from the bloodline that would count and constitute as a justification to believe the story is true. All it is decades old hearsay. What was the first sentence I said in this call? Word for word, give me the very first sentence I said.
You asking me?
Yes.
The very first sentence was, "Are you over 18? And what religion do you follow? And why should I believe in your God?"
All right, what's the next sentence?
I don't know.
Okay, congratulations. It's been fucking 10 minutes. You're trying to say that hearsay telephone from decades is completely word for word accurate of some supposed magical events? No. Telephone we know within 5 minutes is inaccurate, let alone decades. And also, we have no clue who was talking about it. We have no clue who wrote it. We have zero contemporary witnesses to back it up. We have nada, nothing. It is nothing but a story written on pieces of paper by people 2,000 years ago. That is it, nothing
Can't
more.
be just that.
It is just that. Oh, it can't
It
be?
can't be.
Wonderful. Demonstrate how you know it to be true then. And stop fucking pivoting. It is pathetic. It is cowardice. It is annoying. We have went over this 100 times in circles and circles and circles. You are the mental equivalent of a fucking merry-go-round because all you do is run in goddamn circular reasoning. So I want you to provide some justification to why I should believe this Jesus did jack shit, let alone existing.
Okay. There's not one credible PhD historian who does not believe that
I
Jesus
did not
existed.
fucking ask you that now, did I?
Okay, you pivot now. You pivot now, sir. Now you pivot.
I hope you have yourself the day you deserve. I just stuttered so fucking hard right there. God, I hate circular. Let me just run in circles until he's annoyed. Low tier, back shot, low tier. Okay. They can't answer basic questions. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and end the stream. I appreciate you being here. It's been a good 2-hour stream. We got plenty of clips that are going to go up. We also have a video coming up in 2 hours. So hop onto the YouTube when that goes up. If you guys are following over on TikTok, this is the backup channel. The actual channel is going to be Evidence First. Go and follow over there and watch those videos as well and share them around with friends. If you're not on the YouTube as well, go subscribe to that too, where we post the individual clip debates. Appreciate having you guys here. Love you guys. I will see you in the next stream tomorrow. YouTube, I love you guys. We will see you guys tomorrow or probably later, honestly.